Good morning or evening.
Ciao.
Afternoon.
How is
Ciao.
everyone? How
That
y'all
is
doing?
hello in Italian.
Is
Is
it?
it?
Ciao, ciao.
I thought that was just a posh way of being like, bye-bye.
I thought. Well, I didn't think it was a posh way. I just thought it was like that like little bratty teen thing where they're like ciao and then they say goodbye.
Ciao. And I do
I didn't know-
apologize if I butchered that.
Or
Yeah,
ciao
I
now.
never knew it was a greeting. I thought it was a goodbye.
It is Italian.
Yeah.
So, I hit the mic.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. So before we start, also welcome to the Rainy Days podcast. I'm Connor,
My name is Alex.
And I'm Davey.
and we don't really have a topic today. We were just going to kind of ramble. But before we started this podcast, we had a lot of technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Me being a moron.
And I also want to apologize too because the last podcast
No.
the last podcast we did was on unpopular opinions, and I was moments away from uploading that video onto the channel, but for some strange reason I thought it was already uploaded and it was on my desktop, and I was like, I'll just delete the video now since it'll just be on the channel and I can re-download it if I wanted to later on. And then I deleted it. I deleted everything so I couldn't recover the video or the audios or anything like that. And I checked my YouTube thing and it was like unable to upload, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I had a 2-second shit storm in my head where I was like, I just deleted it without it being uploaded. And that kind of put me down for a bit. So
We had to give him the
Yeah.
old pat on the shoulder.
yeah, the virtual pat on the shoulder.
Because if you pat someone in today's society, that's a big no-no. Unless you have a mask. I think that's okay then.
Well, I mean, if you've been living with them too, that's fine. Like,
I mean, if you were living with someone for this long at this stage, I think you'd be giving more than a pat across the back. You'd be attacking each other.
what?
You know, you see someone in the kitchen and you're like, rah! You just lunge at them.
So what? They just be like ravenous?
Yeah. It's like, right, think of like, you know those movies where they have those like two creatures that are like locked in a basement, right? And like,
Aye.
they're constantly locked together, and they're like, it's like, they're just sick of seeing each other. It's like, I hate you, I hate you. So they give each other two different parts, like they have a line down the center of the basement. So two of them have to sit in their own separate parts. And then one just, you know, falls asleep and just puts their arm, like, you know, when you put your arm underneath your head. So, like, so then you can
Yes.
just sleep on it. Right, one of them does that and its sleep, doesn't realise. The other one just goes and just runs over and then just grabs them by the hand and drags them in and starts beating the living shit out of them because they just invaded that space. That is quarantine at this point.
I don't know. When you did the super fast slapping, all I could think about him was having like a little tiny drum set, and he was like hitting the drum like.
I just started hitting my chest as fast as I could. You just imagine them just going like standing up like a shadow of a bear and then just the bubble bubble.
I thought he was like
galloping
slapping the
towards.
guy's face as he was sleeping. Oh,
Well, how was your guys? I can't remember, when did we last upload? Like 2 weeks ago? Was it again?
I dare say it was free.
I think it was. I'm in my head. I was like, it was free, but I think it was 2.
So we're talking about like upload to YouTube.
No, we were just. I was just like, how has your weeks been?
Oh,
For me, it's been fine. I've been just farming Dark Souls 1, crying miserably because I had to kill my favourite characters, but anyway.
I thought that you were just gonna say I've just been farming. I was like, what?
And then
I've built a society with
today-
a communalism.
Noah 2 arrived.
Noah 2?
And now I'm just gonna be like, yay, now I can cry in Japanese mythology.
I kind of, speaking of Japanese mythology, or Japanese in general, I kind of want to get the Ghost of Sasami game, because I saw this YouTuber I watched like play like the first part of it, and I was like, dang, this looks good. I can't want to play it.
I don't know what that game's like. I've seen like the trailer of it, obviously, but
It's like, there's 2 ways you can play it. You can be either like incredibly stealthy, or you can be like a samurai with honor and just like fight them just head on and shit. And it's just like an open world game as
And
well.
you can also be stealthy.
That's what I just said.
he said that.
Sorry.
He said that. Oh dear. You'll probably notice that a lot from us. Sometimes we
I
forget.
just I just thought of like David as I was talking, like his brain was getting like changed for a new one. Like,
No, as you just mentioned the name of the game, my eyes just dilated and they just zoned down.
you had like flashback of like Samurai Wars you were in somehow. You're like,
like wars I've never meant to remember, but like it's a subconscious attack.
but like the flashback shows you like playing Sea of Thieves, but you think it's a Japanese war for some
He's
reason.
being launched out the cannon. I'm like, yeah, and it's also stealthy. I see the flash of white and I'm back here.
Well, besides like what's happening right now is for me, I'm just waiting for the Bandai stream to show if they're even going to show off anything on the 22nd of July.
Yeah, and then on 23rd, we're getting Xbox stuff, in which David's gonna be like, oh,
If they show off like anything like, like the first thing they show off is like Master Chief's face. Just,
If they show Master, could you imagine, right? They show
throw at
Master
them.
Chief, right, and he's like taking down this whole squadron of like whatever he's fighting, and then he just gets killed off.
Well, then I'll be like, oh, right, so this is the last game then?
Yeah, but like I just imagine like he dies, and then you play as someone else, and then you like take his legacy or whatever.
Oh, you just play as Spartan Locke.
well, according
Luke
to you,
Cage.
he's apparently dead because of a toy.
Yeah.
Brute.
There was a toy of a brute, and it was wearing Spartan Locke's helmet as a shoulder piece, and actually wearing another one of his team members as a actually wearing their helmet as like a face guard. And I think he kills Arbiter though because he's actually got Arbiter's armor on him as well.
Out of context, when you said toy, I thought he died by a toy, like a toy, like he just stubbed his toe
no,
in a toy.
no. So stab him in the neck.
He died.
If like, I don't know. I think it was yesterday. I saw. I think you liked it, Connor, on Twitter, where it has a guy going like, "Oh, I hope." What's it called again? Black Widow. Hope she drops on Disney Plus. And I think the guy goes like, "Oh, go to 1 hour and 52 minutes or so in the movie," and it just shows Woody just laughing.
Yeah, just laughing his ass off. That freaking killed me when I saw that. But how was your 2 to 3 weeks from the last podcast, David?
You know, it was good. It was good. You brought me on the
what have you been
Smite
doing?
last night.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh, it was fun for him, folks. It was fun for him.
Well, yeah. To be fair, I was getting quite annoyed at the end of it myself.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
we all started off strong, and then by the last like 3 matches we did, it just all went downhill. I think.
We fell.
Then, I mean, this is the thing though. It was when I joined. We never won. Well, no, we won once.
No, we won one.
Yeah, we did. We won.
But then.
I was got like a crazy freaking kill streak with Thanatos.
Yeah, with Thanatos
Yeah.
Ruby. I don't know. I never played that character in so long. I'm just like, you know what? I'll just be good. I don't know why. Maybe I should main him more. I don't know.
But Alex then took a break, which I don't blame him, and I wanted to continue because I was like, no, I want to at least end on a win, and Connor said we'll do the 3v3. That should be better. Remember, I haven't touched that game in a long time, so saying 3v3 just to me meant like the same game mode we just played, but just 3 people instead. So I didn't think it was going to have towers and defending. They played as all ranged, as we were all close range.
Oh, that's what
And they were practically one-shotting us. Well, definitely one-shotting me. And I had to be quiet because my family was sleeping. So I did the whisper screaming, which put a lot of pressure inside my brain. Because when you try to scream but you're whispering it, that excess air goes in your brain and it fills up and you're like, the bad thoughts are back! And then...
I think the funny thing about that night was just then at the very end of it, then the guy texted me writing noob, and I was just like,
Connor the noob.
yeah, and I was just like, yeah, no, I know I am, and then you were just like that night, you're like, where's my comment? Give me a comment. Come on, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
was like, come on, I fucking dare you.
you know.
I still haven't received one. I'm still kind of annoyed at that though.
It's weird because every time, of all the times I've played League of Legends or Dota 2 or like Smite, I've never got a comment with noob, and I've done some pretty poorly bad matches.
Yeah, that was my first comment of someone calling me a noob, I think, on anything. The only time I ever got a comment in like a video game that's somewhat related to that was like in Fighters, where this guy was spamming me with like all these Broly hits, and then I got him, and then he rage quitted, and then he commented saying, haha, sorry, nothing for you, Mr. Spammer. And I was just like, grow up. I was like, I wasn't spamming.
Wait, was it a member of the other member of your team that said it, or was it the people?
No, I was playing Fighters, so it was,
No,
and I was
like
up against this guy.
Smite.
Oh yeah,
no,
I think it was our teammate, wasn't it?
I think it was our teammate, yeah. I think it was.
Was he
yeah.
doing bad as well?
He was doing better than
okay.
we were. Yeah, he was like decent, and we were just not good.
Wait,
do you
who's
actually?
playing this?
He was playing as
I was
Hades. Connor was playing as
Hades.
Korra.
Yeah, Skier or whatever.
And I was playing as the Celtic boy that turns into the
Cole Collin.
Cool Colin, the one that turns into like the big massive beast. I never got
Phil
to become
Collins.
a beast.
They should give him a Phil Collins skin, and then he just turns into like the ape from the Cadbury's ad. And he's like, I can hear it.
And then when he sees the what do you call them, the zoo people come in, he just like, goes oh when he sees the rifle being pointed at him. But what do you call it? I think the reason it would have been our teammate is because throughout most of the match, me and Connor, we were both always at low health, and we kept kind of push on because it's like we're gonna die anyway. Like even before you get to run away, we're gonna die, so we might as well just start facing them. And he kept spamming the words retreat, so I'm guessing he kept telling Connor to retreat, and the fact Connor just we didn't know who the hell he meant. Like, it was two people that were always on death, and he kept saying retreat, and I'm like,
retreat, when he told me to retreat, I was like, okay, I retreated, but he didn't advance, and he had like full health, and he would just stand there, and I was like, do you just want to surrender?
He literally kept saying like retreat, but like we literally made no progress. We'd even dent one of their towers, and they just destroyed our tower.
Yeah, it's sad.
And I'm turning off the auto buy because that thing didn't help at all. Alex, the auto buy bought all my attack, but none of the defense. How can I attack if I'm dead?
For me, I have auto get on my abilities.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably
I have the auto get my abilities as well.
I was actually looking at a different build for Skier, and like because like the build I was using before isn't like as good as it used to be anymore. And I was looking at a video today about arena battles with her that has a better build, so I'm gonna use that more. And there's an auto buy thing he did in it, and it looked pretty handy, so I was like, I'm going to do that.
I need to find a build for the Heimdall, I think his name is, the goat boy.
Yeah.
Because
Irish goat boy.
Yeah, because I was looking into him, and then I saw a lot of people playing as him, and like I literally went on YouTube and I was like, builds for Heimdall. No one gave a build. They just played him, and I sat there waiting. Like I watched the entire video because I was like, right, I don't want to miss any details. I want to listen to everything. He was just going, man, yeet, and he kept whacking with the ultimate, and I was like, yeah, where's your build? Where's the build? And then it was like a 20 to 30 minute video of just him constantly going, yeet, yeet, yeet. This build's so sick. Oh my god, guys, this build.
Well, I think, like,
am I going to show you it? No.
I mean, I don't know if this is how it works. It probably is. Like, if the character uses magic for their attacks, obviously magical power, but if it's with a weapon, it's physical power.
It's physical power, yeah.
No, yeah, I just assumed that.
Like, that's what I've been doing with Thanatos.
Yeah, because even if like at times now I've been trying to be more not strategic, but like just doing the thing you should normally be doing in Smite and looking at their stats first and see what's like, if they're like better with like physical attacks like Alex said, or magic, or if like they are better with attack speed, then I'm like, okay, I'm obviously going to boost your attack speed then if that's what you're good with and whatnot. And then if they're like low on like physical shit, I'll bust it up as well if I need to. Just try and do a balance build, I suppose.
I love how I went into the game being like, I want to play Cthulhu, and I'm like, I want to play Heimdall.
I want to play everyone.
I want to be the very best. I want to fuse all the gods.
I'm surprised they haven't got like a Pokemon god like skin or like a Pokemon character, unless Nintendo's like
And then it was like, who are you? He's like Bruce Campbell.
Because I think for me, like when it comes to like the way I build, I usually just go complete all damage sometimes, and obviously that feels miserably because even though I got 18 kills as Thanatos, I was a glass cannon.
Well, the thing too about that as well, like, even if you give yourself like a big damage build, and then if you keep on getting killed a lot, and you're like, why am I not doing well? It's not because you're not doing well. It's because, like, you're working with a team of people. It's not like you're doing it solo. So like, if your team's not helping you, take care of the minions and like trying to break apart their other teams so you can take them down one by one or whatever, then that's a problem as well.
And also, Cthulhu, when he does his ultimate, where he gets all big, and then if you have, I'm going to pronounce his name entirely wrong, Yorm with the cat skin, that's a sight.
Jormungandr and Cthulhu. My god.
Yeah. What a team. What a cool lads. They were the cool kids in high school.
They were like those two, they were the two kids that kept getting pulled back a year.
Yeah, the jocks. The lads.
No, I mean the jocks just their parents bribed the school to let them go forward. That's why the jocks were always stupid.
Could you imagine, right, being like extremely popular in high school and then just being like a gas station attendant then years later?
I mean, that's definitely happened.
Oh yeah, of course it has. Like, there's like a lot of people who are like,
if anyone sees this and had that, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. I mean, what if they were popular in a good sense? Like they were actually a nice guy or something?
I don't think anyone who was popular in high school was a good person.
I mean, I think there was.
Okay, name 5. Actually, don't name anybody. Actually, never mind. Don't name anybody.
Yeah. Remember the last podcast that didn't get released because I also mentioned a name that I kept saying I shouldn't say their name, and then just I said his name.
Yeah.
Because like there was plenty of people in my high school years that were smart and were popular, but like they weren't, well, popular, that's a bit of a stretch, more like well known, and they weren't bad people.
Okay.
I'm trying to think actually from our schools. I'm not trying to name anyone because I can describe them.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to just say their name.
Just straight up call them out. You, sir!
Kevin O'Neill, what an asshole.
I mean, from our class, you're right, I can just describe an event and then you'll know who it is. It was the one that lifted the other guy with like the ninjutsu move, and I just saw his face in slow motion and go, ah! But it was the person doing it to him. The one that was my height, begins with a P.
I get you.
He was popular, but he was never actually a bit of an asshole. He could be, but he never was a full-on one.
I don't know. You ever get that though as well? Like whenever you're going to places and that person just has that face that they look like an asshole.
Yeah, they look like once you look at them, you're like, no, I'm not gonna like you whatsoever.
Yeah, but
you turn out to be a bit wrong.
That happened to me in college. My first year, and I looked at this person.
My entire class, I was like, ugh.
No. I like my class. It's a good class. But in first year, there was a couple of people that I looked at, and I was like, okay, they're gonna be the big like, well, hey, dopey people in the class. But I was proven wrong by like 2 of them, and then the other like 3 or 2 I was correct on. Actually, I think it was just 2. Yeah. The other 2 I was very correct on because they would just. Actually, I don't want to describe a lot of things now just in case they're listening to it and they're just like, this cunt.
You keep talking.
Well, they'll know anyway, but
I don't think so.
Maybe. There was one, I told Colin David about it, but it was, I think in my 2nd year in high school, because for a guy of my height and just the shyness, just always in the corner, I could have been looked
I'll play a
at
violin for you, Alex, don't worry.
as if I was like a wee weirdo. And what was it? There was a time where we were all just like, oh, talk about the things you like, or put it on, was it PowerPoint?
Egg.
Yeah, it was like PowerPoint or something. And there was a person next to me. I think I remember his name, but I better not say. He was doing football, and as cliche as that is,
So
And
was the
I-
football ones.
And
isn't
I
it?
was being the one true man with true just interest. There's me with Jurassic Park 3 on my PowerPoint, and the guy looked up there. Why are you looking at dinosaurs? I just looked back at him, and I just why do you like football? Because let me tell you one thing. Giant dinosaurs are far more interesting than kicking a ball of fecking air. By far. I may be 25 years old, but I'm a child at heart.
Hey, there's like guys that are 52 years old working in a museum and they're still loving dinosaurs.
Yeah, like
Archaeologists.
archaeologists.
It's like
look
Connor's
up
in
that.
fact, just get him away, kick him out of this Discord.
It's just not the virus that's happening. People are losing their voices. But yeah, no, people like that study like a lot of like mummified people. Mummified people? What?
Have you ever been to like a site like that?
No, I've never been to a
I
site.
haven't
I've just
been
been
to
to
a site.
museums. I've seen like a very old Egyptian tomb before, which was cool.
Oh right. Do you remember when we went to Belfast because it was a school trip? I'm not going to say the
Ye-
person's name again because it was a
Uh-huh.
teacher, but
Sure.
he went to the mummy. It's so weird. We all sat there and he was like creepily smiling at it, and I was like, all right, yeah. And he was like, such beautiful teeth. I was like,
What?
I just like looking around like, oh. I looked down at like the girl at my side and she looked at me and I was like, we gotta get out of here. Because I was like, this thing has been dead for like 1,000,000 years and you're sitting going, beautiful teeth, get away. You teach me?
I wonder if like if he meant it by the fact of like that like they're still intact and not like in a very like creepy way, you know.
But even
With that
then,
voice? With that voice?
Well, okay, I don't know.
like if he said something like it's just amazing, like just.
Like, if he just said it's fascinating, I'd have been like, yeah, it is fascinating.
that'd
But
be
if you're going to sit
fine.
down and be like, beautiful teeth, I'd be like, what type of dentist were you?
It's like he's like Hannibal Lecter, but instead of being a cannibal, he just collects teeth and eats them.
Can you
I re-
imagine like go to the dentist, like you have like really nice pearl white teeth, and like they do your checkup and the dentist just goes, what beautiful teeth. I feel like I'd be more like scared than happy.
I mean, if a dentist told me I have beautiful teeth, I'd be like, hey, all right, nice.
I remember though that it was our good friend. I'm pretty sure we can mention his name. He's one of our close friends.
Is he though? Actually, I don't know who you're talking about. So whatever you say is.
He's vanished from us now, but like we
Did
hold
he
him so dear
have
to
like
heart.
a halo around his head of hair?
Yes.
Ah, okay, yeah, I know.
We can say his name, can't we?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, our best friend McFall. I remember we went to like these. It was a part of the museum that was like all meteorite fragments and stuff out there. This room we went into, we turned on the black light and it was like, as you can see, the radiation on these stones are still very prominent. And I was like, whoa! I just went to go reach for one because it was the one that glue so green, and I was like, whoa!
It's like
Imagine
you're like
fallout, David. Seeing radiation, like whoa!
Careful, that place is
Grab it.
infected with radiation. I'm just in the background to a barrel going.
I just thought of you, David. Like it's like at the end, well, near the end of Endgame, you're just like the Hulk. You're like, it's gotta be me. I'm part Gamma.
I
This
feel
is
like I
part
was
Gamma.
purposely made
Mate.
for this. So person, like, you literally touched every form of radiation possible, and now look at me, best of both worlds.
Like whenever the way like they always wait for it to like start to go up their arm and stuff. What if
Yeah.
they just instantly snapped? Like, would that work, or would that still like bugger up your arm?
I'd laugh if like you just go like immediately, just your entire hand just goes just completely just gone.
Actually, the other thing is too. I don't know how great the Hulk's regen is in the MCU's, but they could just cut off his arm and he can just regen it. I don't know.
I wouldn't risk it.
Because Hulk has a good healing factor.
Yeah,
So-
he does.
So I don't get. I mean, obviously, you would have to go to Bruce and go, "Here, can I cut off your arm for a second?"
What if he died of blood loss because he's so big?
He's the Hulk.
Doesn't
Oh
matter.
wait, no, because it's Professor Hulk, so you won't be able to turn back into Bruce Banner.
Absorb the gamma radiation for a second somehow.
We're gonna drain the gamma, chop off your arm, put the camera back into you, you might die, and then you can go back into the Hulk.
I just imagine whenever like the Hulk snapped his fingers to bring everybody back, and he passes out in the ground. Alex runs over before his axe and just cuts off his arm.
And then they're all, "What are you doing?" He's all, "Not aiming for the head."
Stop the spread.
He's my favorite character.
I don't know, but that scene where like he's grabbing, I think it's Thor's hand to comfort him. That hurts. It's really sad to see it with that.
Wait, do you mean is this the bit where like he says like,
Like, you know,
Thanos
after
and he's
he,
all, "Don't you ever say that name"?
No, like whenever
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he snaps and he falls back, and like whilst Iron Man's kind of cooling off the burnt marks, he's holding onto someone's arm.
Oh yeah, he is.
I know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he
Look
does
at
it.
Mr. Alex over here.
What?
Look at Mr. Alex over here. He's gonna be that YouTuber's problem now. You know, the guy who watches it back in slow motion? Alex has already seen things at fast
That's
pace.
pretty obvious that it happened.
Yeah, no, I know. I
Well,
was
it's
brain
not
dead
so
when I
obvious if
watched
we
that.
didn't see it, did it?
I was looking at his arm because like I was more focused on his like just destroyed arm. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, wow, it looks like a very
I
skinny
feel
arm.
like every time, whatever, like say
it's
like,
like a raisin.
like
It is
if
a
one of
raisin,
us is
actually.
doing like a big stand-up thing, one of us should like in the crowd do like the thumbs up that Ford does. Like, just do it. You could do it, go.
And then that the stand-up comedian is like, please sit down. Just, what are you doing? I didn't even say a joke. You're just giving me the thumbs up. What are you doing?
And then just go,
Stop.
just put your hands out and go, "I see this is an absolute win."
Oh, actually, I would actually love to do that. Like, if a stand-up comedian was like before he even made like a joke or anything, or like after he made a joke, I would stand up and just point, not say anything, just like point and see what he had to say to me. I don't know. I think it'd be funny. It'd be weird, but it'd be good. Probably get kicked out. I'd probably die and get kicked out.
Don't die. We can't die. Not yet.
I don't get kicked out first and die. I die first and then I get kicked out. I point at him and then I die and then they're like, kick him out. This guy's
kinda-
ruining my groove.
What kind of reverse like Death Notes that? Like,
I don't know.
pointed-
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a reverse Death Note. I think I mean, like, I think the Death Note would work fine if I just died there. If you guys had, everybody talks about this when they mention the Death Note, but if you guys had the Death Note, who would you murder?
Every well,
Well, okay, well, because the rules of the Death Note are like, if you have the Death Note, you can't go to hell or heaven. You're like in limbo.
Wait, so do you mean like I'm in limbo?
Like
when I
if
die?
you if you use the Death Note, right?
Yeah.
You can neither go to hell nor heaven if you kill someone.
So
You're like you're stuck in this like limbo realm.
Oh no, I know what
Yes.
limbo is, but like,
Yeah.
does that mean that the person that is killed goes to limbo, or I'm
No,
going
you.
to go to limbo?
Oh no, you're gonna go there.
Oh shit.
Like, well, like it's implied that you go to the Shinigami realm, which is kind of basically like limbo as well, but then you kind of turn into a Shinigami yourself.
What is this Shimig? Oh, is that the thing that hands over the book?
That's like Ryuk, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
see,
that world that they live in is kind of desolate and dark and
yeah,
boring.
I've seen a lot of TV shows that talk about limbo, and it's not
There's
a fun place.
a lot of
Because
people.
well, there's some theories about limbo that like you're neither hungry nor starving, you know.
Although it's
Yeah.
weird, 'cause
Well, like
then he has
you're
the
not
apple.
hungry or full is what I meant to say. I just said the same thing. My bad.
I feel, because me, I always have a strong hatred for animal abusers, so I could just like just,
It's like I don't need the Death Note, right? You could just tell me where they are, and then I'll hunt them down. Oh my god. And
You
the
know,
Shinigami's like, ah, fuck this. Flies away.
wait, actually, if we're talking on the sense of like, if you didn't have a belief on what is out there on the afterlife, right? So say if you
yeah.
didn't believe in heaven or hell, and
Yeah.
that you were told there is a limbo, and you wanted to go somewhere, right? If we're talking about that aspect, then I would probably use the book. But I'm
Well,
trying
like,
to
if-
think
if-
of who I'd use
If
it
if
on.
Shinigami came down to me, it's like you will neither go to hell nor heaven. I'm like, wait, so there's a hell and heaven? And they'd be like, yeah, and I'm like, you can have the book back. It's like, there you go.
I'll sit back and be like, hold the book, and then just kind of like go, so tell me about heaven. What's up
haven't
there?
been.
What's it? I've never been. It's like, then how do you know it's real? Just throw the book away. Don't come in this
No,
room.
like I just imagine him like like just dropping the book and then going to the corner of your room, just with hands on his head, like, oh.
Wait, unless you do like a gamer move, you make him write in the Death Note. So you get still go to heaven and hell whilst he goes to limbo.
But like, why would he want? Actually, no. If a Shinigami writes a person's the name on the Death Note without them having to die, they like don't exist. They like just get erased, basically. I think that's one of the rules.
This book,
I believe. Hey, there's rules. That makes it interesting. If it had no rules, it'd be boring.
If it had no rules, it'd be terrifying.
Yeah, but there'd just be no consequences for a story purpose.
Wait, so there's always that $1,000,000 question. Would it work on characters like Goku because he's not human? And it does say humans in the book, I believe.
I think it's anything living, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember all the rules, but like I'm pretty sure if you just wrote Son Goku, and if Goku could die from a heart virus, I'm pretty sure he could die of a heart attack as well.
Son Goku's not his birth name.
Well, okay, yeah, if you write Kakarot, then he'd die. That'd be actually pretty funny, like if they did that in Jump Force, and if Light got the book and he was like, "What's your name?" and he's like, "Son Goku," and he's like, "Haha, why aren't you dead?" And he's like, "I don't know. Why am I dead?"
Son Goku with 2 U's. Because sometimes they do that.
You just put in both forms. But I just imagine Goku stays alive, but then actual people in the world that were named Goku in China or something just walking down the road and you just
that's
keel
actually
over and die.
Interesting to think about, right? Because like if you got your name changed, right? Would you have to write down? Because when you write down the person's name in the Death Note, you have to also picture their face as well. So you have to picture their face, and then in 40 seconds they're dead. So I'm just wondering if I named, like, actually no, they say about that in this show. Never mind. Because I was thinking if my name was like the name of like a celebrity or something, would they just like kill the celebrity instead of me? Because they might think of the celebrity's name instead of mine. If I had the same name of the celebrity.
Someone says, like, someone personally doesn't like you, Connor, right? And then they go to write your name down, but then quickly a glimpse of Conor McGregor pops in their head and no!
Well, I think then, I don't know if that would cancel it out then, because, like, they're not, they didn't write down his name.
Your full name, and then they picture
they not, because if they wrote down my name, right, and then if they thought of Conor McGregor for some reason, I think that would cancel it out. I don't know, that's never happened before. Either that or I just die.
I love how you're like, that's never happened before, like you would know.
What if like you write down the name, but you don't think of someone's face instantly, and like say like an hour later, you then look back at that name and then think of the person. Would that get them then, or is that just like...
No? Well, like I think, because from what I remember from the show, it's just like you need the name and the face, and then when you think of that person and you've written down their name, in 40 seconds they will die of like a heart attack. But you can write down different ways for them to die as well, if you wanted to. So you can be like, oh, he'll walk into the street and get hit by a car, and then they'll do that. But I don't know about that.
Or you know what you could do?
What's that?
Just not need a book and do it yourself.
Yeah, but like the book would just make it so much easier to commit murders.
Yeah, but remember in Death Note, the cops already could tell it was him.
Well, they
had their suspicions anyway.
They had suspicions of like it, but they didn't think it was like magic until like much later on. Well, not even magic. But they still considered him supernatural.
Being the cause, so
they didn't consider him being the cause. It was L that was like saying that like there's a person in Japan that's killing people and it's not in America or the UK. Yeah, it's just someone in Japan. Well, I mean, like it's because the deaths were all occurring in Japan.
Well, what if like he could have been somewhere else doing it?
Yeah, but like he explains why in the show.
Wait. Can the Death Note, if you write down to start a plague, can that happen?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, but I think I know what happened to Chroma.
I believe it's just like a heart attack or something.
It's just it's only you can kill people, and that's it. I don't think you can kill animals or start a plague or anything else, unless you're like a needle fell and went to a guy's head.
Like you really describe an entire page full of the guy's death.
I don't know how much of an extent you can go to though, because I don't know if you could be like a bee farmer fell into a pile of bees and got stung to death or something, like in a beehive. I don't know. I don't know I need to rewatch the show again to like know everything about it. But
Or you could
I don't know.
watch the live action ones.
Oh god, no, it's awful.
Yeah, watch a live action, dude.
So
Where-
bad. The only thing I like about it is just Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. He suits it so well.
Oh, like that scream he does.
The only thing I laughed about it was just like, yeah, like it's funny for that, but like it's just the movie doesn't make any sense and it's stupid. And the only thing I laughed at it, like really laughed at, was just like Elle was like writing down notes in the death book or whatever, or Elle was watching TV and Ryuk behind him was like, "This is so interesting," and started laughing, and then Light just went up behind him and went, "Would you shut the fuck up?" And then Ryuk was just like.
Yeah, the face of like.
That was the only like
moment
moment.
for that before.
That was the only moment it made me laugh out. But like, God, no, the characters were so annoying. I hated.
What would you
everything.
say was worse, the Avatar movie or that Light live action? Sorry, Death Note. Like, why did I say Light as if it's the name of the show?
Do you
Light
like
Yagami.
Oh boy, you see, there's some parts of the Avatar movie that made me piss myself laughing because of how stupid it was. Which I don't think I'll spoil for you two because we're probably good. Whenever we watch Avatar, we'll watch that movie. God.
We'll watch the
but-
true Avatar.
But when you see that scene, man, oh my god, it killed me when I first saw it. It was just ridiculous. It has something to do with earthbenders, and it's their fighting style that fucking kills me. I don't know which one's worse actually. They're both pretty bad. I didn't have enjoyment when I watched them. I was just kind of fed up with everything. Yeah, I don't know.
Done.
They're both
What is
they're
this
both bad.
mess?
I'd watch Dragon Ball Evolution, but between the two.
Oh.
I definitely watch it. I don't know. I kind of have some fun with Evolution. It's just so stupid, but I like it. And hate it.
La, 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 la.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Huh. Huh.
Can we make this the rest of the podcast now, where we just pretend to be testificates?
Yeah. Well, if you stop talking and just continue.
I'm Steve. I'm Minecraft Steve.
Minecraft Steve just sits there and punches you. And then he grabs your crops and you're like, and subtitles come saying, "No, please."
Right. Whenever we play Minecraft next time, I'm just gonna be very tempted just to like trap a bunch of testificates in a house, or so. I just go in there and all I hear is
and then you just come in with a torch, and if they don't have this mechanic, but it'd be cool if like you could like throw the torch into them and then things just light on fire and you just hear there's you just see their little Minecraft hands banging at the window.
It's like that scene in It, where like the door starts banging and see all the hands coming outside the door. One thing I would love to do, like as an upgrade for our podcasts, is like actually play Minecraft, because like I can just imagine like as we all walk into our houses, like Connor goes into his house, it's full of cats, Alex is full of dogs, we go down to mine and it's like empty, but then there's a basement, it's just a bunch of fucking like villagers just locked up in cages, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's a good topic. I mean, we should continue talking about that and just go back up the stairs.
I don't think I would ever have like any animals in my house after the last time I had them in,
you have
because
PTSD
it's just,
now.
well, not because of the murder that happened, but just because of the not murder, the accident.
no,
But,
that was definitely murder. You brought the dog out.
But that didn't kill him.
Who's the one that
But,
brought the dog to a freaking
can
cavern
I
full of
like
lava?
talk for 2 seconds? Like,
No, because you talked enough actually about your live action
murderer?
shite. Exactly.
What were you going to talk about, huh?
Just saying that she killed your dog.
But like, all I wanted to say was I wouldn't have any animals in my house in Minecraft because they're so annoying.
I don't have them in my house, but I bring them down to a cavern, string them up beside some lava, and teach them what happened with Max.
The last time that happened, when I had them all in my house, there was like, oh.
Yeah, that's
like,
real
stop.
life with cats. Don't shut
Actually,
your
Lucy doesn't
goddamn
do that
mouth.
at all.
Yeah, your cat just like screams when it sees another cat.
Yeah, she's terrified.
Ah, Connor!
I feel bad for her though. She gets scared out of everything. I just came downstairs and like I opened the bin. And she just fucking sprinted away from me.
She sprinted away and then just sprinted right back to do like a jump punch to your face. Like, "Ugh." Don't scare me, beast.
Oh, I'd love it if she did that. That'd be amazing.
Did you see a CGI cat like stance as it comes flying?
But yeah,
towards you?
because I just think of her just being in like a Superman pose when he like flies with like the one like fist like just stuck in that pose flying towards me. I was like, no, not you. Should we just make this? Should we just put you into a choir now?
Yeah, I will be.
It's like that scene in Home Alone where like he's in the chapel with the creepy guy, and then he's talking about like I think his daughter or whatever in the choir, or whatever. But like you're there in the background, in the choir, like oh, but you're wearing like all black.
Oh my god, I don't know why. This form of Bruce Willis is stuck in my head, and it's one I hate.
Form?
What? Yeah, why do you think
Yeah.
of Bruce Willis?
It's because, man, it's PTSD, you know? It's like once I saw the movie, I just can't. I'm just terrified of him. Hang on, let me find the name of the movie.
Is it Die Hard?
No, I have not watched Die Hard yet. Never seen
You
this
haven't?
thing. No, I've never seen the movie yet. I have a DVD of it, but I've never ever seen it in my life.
I just say watch the first one. I don't know what happens in the rest, but the first one's good.
Where is it now? I think it's called Lovely Bones. I just want to make sure
Right up me bones.
it's not what you think. It's
Is
very...
Lovely Bones the one with No, I'm
Is
thinking
that wee
of
Irish actress?
Oh, the blonde one, right?
Yeah, the one that's like
Yeah.
in a few things. It's a wee cutie, so she is. Where is it?
Can you say that?
What? About the Irish
is
girl?
Yeah.
Why should I not?
I
She's
don't
not
know.
underage.
Is she not?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. Shit, I need to check that out.
I hope not. Yeah, 'cause I was like, can you say that?
I don't think she is. I think she's about our age,
Oh,
if not older.
You better watch when you look up Geekdom Connor, because he spoiled the new chapter of Super.
Wow, Alex, thank you. Actually, yeah, thanks for telling me.
Thanks for
like-
giving a
like
shout
it-
out to this guy.
It's literally in the thumbnail.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's on YouTube. Did you
Yeah.
say? Okay. It's not on Twitter.
Look up.
No, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be on Twitter eventually.
Okay.
Unless it's already out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know. Well, no, it's out in 2 days' time. It says from the
Oh.
Fizz thing manga.
Oh, I don't think it was Bruce Willis. Oh, that makes the thing so much better now. Bruce Willis, you're not the bad boy. But it is the actor from one of the Transformers movies, so that's not good. Right, I found the actress.
Shia LaBeouf.
Ha! I can say it. She's 26 years old.
Oh,
Saoirse Ronan.
Brace your ears,
Why are you drinking in the podcast?
cause it's.
Why couldn't you have a glass of water?
Huh?
How dare you? I tell you, if we were being paid, Connor would contact the banker and be like, listen, deduct a payment from him. Connor's
no.
quiet. Connor's not happy.
I'm alright.
After this conversation ends, folks, we're just heard a
How
gunshot.
loud was that? How loud was that?
No, I don't know. I'll find out when I edit it.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's alright.
You're sorry now? It didn't compute in your head when you had to tell everyone, watch your ears. You did that on purpose.
Oh wait, me. Well, I didn't open it right next to the mic. It was like my arm fully stretched out.
Didn't sound
and
like that.
Your arm for the photo.
I just imagine
Mr. Fantastic all of a sudden. Oh. I just thought of that part where like in the Fantastic Four film when like isn't it like Doctor Doom makes him like lose his powers or something and his like arms are like just he can't like control his powers or whatnot and he's just
he just becomes
his arms
unmovable?
are just stretched. Yeah, he's like unmovable and he can't move.
Yeah.
It's just lying there, his arms like. Ugh. Such weird movies.
Man, I just don't understand why they keep messing up the Fantastic Four movies. Like how...
Well, like I don't know. The first two have a weird charm for me that I like. They're
Oh,
not
yeah, I
amazing.
like them too.
Yeah, but like they have a charm. But like the remake one, God, I remember
No.
when we saw that in cinema, and then at the end, I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
I was.
you saw that in cinema?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Wasn't Alex
Big
with us?
No,
I don't
it
know.
definitely wasn't.
Oh, good.
Are you
'Cause I
sure?
remember, like, No, I definitely don't remember that.
Because I mean, my mum was with us, and she genuinely never remembered going to cinema.
But I do remember like seeing the ending of it, like about a.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
What did you
and then
say?
he goes, "What'd you say?" And
It's
there's 4 of us.
fantastic.
I went to my sister whenever he was all, say that again. It's like, I just imagine going, say that again. And the second he said it, he just slaps him across the face. Say it again.
It's like slaps him more.
Like,
And then I was telling the family how that the guy who plays the Human Torch just got saved by Disney. Like his whole career. Like, you were the Human Torch, right? Yeah. Now you're going to be called Killmonger. And you're going to be the Black Panther. And we're going to give you a new career. You ready, kid? He's like, thank you so much.
what kind of like stories? This is a weird bit, but like, out of all like the stories in like Marvel for the MCU, what kind of stories would you like implemented into it? It's a weird question.
Well, I'm a big Spider-Man boy, and I can only think of a lot of big Spider-Man stories. I can't really think of any other stories from
What if-
Marvel.
Like for Spider, you know the one with Miles Morales, where like, what was this? That like that Peter. Actually, I was about to say like, because it's already been done for Spider-Verse, where like his Peter dies, but what, like obviously, what if like a while down the line of the MCU movies, then Peter dies, and then it's Miles Morales. But I don't
I don't know.
think
I couldn't.
they'll do that.
I really couldn't see them. Yeah, I couldn't see them doing that. For Tom Holland and his little baby face, just getting stabbed. I know it would be kind of funny, but
I mean, we kind of
Well-
already did see it whenever he started saying, "Oh, it feels so good."
They
Yeah,
have
well,
him getting
he-
hit by a train.
yeah, I know. But like, I don't know. Just I don't know. I just thinking of him getting stabbed. And all I can think about is Elijah Wood's face when he gets stabbed with the spider. But like just Tom Holland's face, and his face is all red, and he's like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. He's getting lifted
But
up.
hang on. Whenever they can go hit by the train, did it just cut to him in another place?
No, like you see him get hit by the train, and then you see him then get inside the train and lie there in like one of the seats.
Okay, because I was wondering, like, wait, did it just cut to him, like, in the country? I can't remember where he. Oh, at the mic again. God damn it.
Could you imagine though, like if Peter turned around and then when the train went to hit him, the train just went flying away, just like boom, and Peter was completely fine.
Story. I'm
I just
trying to think
imagine
what story I'd like.
the train driver's perspective, just seeing this like kid, and he's like, ah! And Peter's just stuck on his windshield, like.
He starts wiping him away.
He gets like a cloth. He's like hitting them off the window, like get off.
What if, like, because remember, like, when he's on the jet with the.
Happy?
Yeah,
Happy?
like, and like he flies off. What if, like, he gets the fucking syndrome treatment and just gets sucked?
Yeah, that's what I just thought. The second he goes like wingsuit mode, it's like whoop. Happy's like, oh god.
But I wish he did like the scream, just like ah, and just sucked.
I'm surprised no one's done a YouTube clip of that. But back to like Marvel stories.
I kind of want to see something more about Doctor Doom, because wasn't he like just someone that went back in time and stuff, and he like went all-
Doctor Doom's like a very powerful Marvel villain that they
Like,
haven't really
There was.
they have
represented
never
well
successfully touched on.
I think there was like
Yeah.
a thing where the. Nah, I'm gonna probably butcher this, but you know the Black Panther that was talking to T'Challa, or the Big Panther that was talking to him whenever he got there.
Yeah.
Apparently, that whenever Doom travelled to back in time, it told him. I think it told him that all the futures are just gonna go bad, but unless he starts to rule, that's the only way things will get good, and that's why Doom is doing all the evil stuff. Well, evil stuff in quotation marks. That like the
Interesting.
reason why is because the only way the world gets better is when he's in charge, and that's why he's doing all.
Now, was
Doesn't
he
he
actually
have, like,
told this by a higher power, or was this like some like gypsy
It
witch that told him?
was. It was by the Panther, the Black.
You know the
Panther
like
talks.
the
Oh,
Panther
shit.
ghost thing, like the past kings or whatever, like the Lion
Yeah.
King shit.
The Lion King shit.
I mean, it practically is like.
No,
it's
it
just
is. The
like-
whole movie practically is Lion King.
It's just like all these past kings. I just was
Don't
waiting to see
mean
Mufasa
right,
at the end.
to anyone that watches this video, we do not mean that in any ill way. It just genuinely, when we watch it, we just got complete sense of the Lion King.
Yeah, even the music kind of sounded a bit
Like,
like,
the whole
Hans
premise
Zimmer's like Lion
of-
King music.
like an older king dying, then the son.
I kind of like I've only seen the movie once, but from what I remember from it, I kind of like how like the previous king was kind of like I don't want to say bad, but he was kind of like what's the word? He kind of felt more like a king, you know, where they were like rueful, and like they didn't really give a shit. Cause didn't he like kill Killmonger's father?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you mean the old king, like the one that, like T'Challa's dad?
T'Challa's father.
No, yeah, he was a proper ruler, and the only reason
Yeah.
he killed Killmonger's father was because of the fact like he was going to attack.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was because for some reason I thought it was because he left. They were, like,
No, he
trying.
said that he was going to take him back to do a trial, and like take him back to Wakanda, and he'll have a fair
okay.
trial and all there, and then be judged from them. But then when he
Yeah.
realized that he was betrayed by the other kid that was working for him, then he went to go attack, and then he got stabbed with the claws.
I really, speaking about Black Panther, I really like him more in Civil War than I do in his own film.
Yeah, no, I love him in Civil War.
I don't know. Like, it's just something about his character. Like, my favorite line that he says, well, like, he has a really great line when he's talking to Captain America when he got arrested, I think.
Yeah.
But, like, I love the line where Bucky's like, I didn't kill your father, and he's like, then why did you run? And he just fucking,
yeah.
like, I'm like, oh, shit.
But
It's like, you know, that's a good point. Why did you?
Well, when you give him what's after him, I would run too. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Bucky's being chased by, like, so many
The
people.
Black Ranger?
oh.
David, see when we watched Winter Soldier together, was that your first time seeing that movie?
I believe it was, actually, because I don't think I actually saw that in cinema.
Yeah, but, oh my, it's just like, oh, I had a flashback of Captain America just kicking the guy flying off the boat, and then he hits his back off like the edge of the boat, like, oh!
No, yeah, that's definitely right. That's the first time I actually watched that movie was with you, because I remember when we watched it together, and then we saw him throw the knife back at Danny Sexbag.
We were in stitches.
Oh my god, it was just it's the way, like, anyone that watches that movie back, it is Danny from Game Grumps that gets a knife in his hand. You cannot tell me otherwise. You can get the actual actor and it will be Danny.
It's even the scream that he does that sounds like
Yeah,
it as well.
it's the face of pain as well. Like, the face he makes, the hair, his natural face, the knife scream, everything.
To be honest, I feel more sorry for the guy that Cap just drop kicks. Just knocks him out into the ocean.
I feel sorry for anyone that gets hit by Captain America.
Man,
If he throws that shield, you get an edge of a shield to the gut, and your complete ribcage is gone.
I hope for like whenever the Marvel's Avengers like beta comes out that I don't think they'll have Captain America as a playable character, but I really hope they do.
I don't think they will.
I think it's a very small hope. I think he's gonna be like an unlockable character at the end of the game or whatever.
Like, did we talk about Marvel's Avengers?
We did, yeah, we did. Because we were talking about the PS5.
PS5.
We talked about the
live
PS5
stream.
showcase, and then we talked about I think we talked about as well what games we were excited for.
That we did a deep dive into the Marvel game.
Yeah, like we talked a good bit about it, I believe.
We are. I just.
I'm so
I
like
want it,
hyped
and
up
I'm
for it.
I'm excited for it, but I'm very cautious about it because I feel like it's not gonna like the gameplay looks fun, but I think it might be tedious, and I'm afraid it might be tedious and boring. But I'm
See,
excited for it.
this
at the
is
same
why
time.
I'm happy for it, because I know, because I played Anthem, that if it's going to be like Anthem, there's going to be something that I'm going to find enjoyable about it. I'm just worried for anyone else that buys it and is expecting something not like Anthem. Because from what I've seen, I've been seeing some copy and paste some stuff.
Because let's see. Because from what I've heard, like the war zones, like they're like usually your first objective is quite a distance from you, so it's like really big open areas for the war zones.
That's what I like, though. Yeah, I like the fact that I'd have to fly around rather than being in
Have
a
you
cramped up
got,
space. I have to go like.
I know this is like completely off topic, but have you guys seen the meme where it's like the illustration of this like two couple lying in bed and there's like a TV on, and someone put a green screen on it, and they just had Markiplier playing Five Nights at Freddy's like the very first one, like way back
No.
when.
Hello, everybody.
Because they were just lying there just watching. I was like, oh wow, that's a perfect date night.
Thing is, I was actually looking at people getting jump scared by the FNAF game, the VR one, and when I saw them like getting jump scared, I was like, this isn't actually kind of scary. But then I feel like the second I'm going to get in the game, I'm going to
No, no, dude. When you get in the game, you'll be pissing your poops.
Wait, did you ever play it in VR?
No, I didn't, but I
Oh.
know you will freak out.
I keep
Like-
seeing how people have to look up at the animatronic, and I'm like, that thing is ginormous.
Yeah. Because I think there was a game mode that Markiplier played in it, and you have to like sneak by one of them, or whatnot. Like, you have to
Yeah,
walk
that
forward and
was,
sneak- and like he was
um,
shitting himself so badly, and I was just like, I want to see David.
Wait, isn't that the one where like you have like a camera and you have to hit the flash?
I think no, it was like it was like a new game mode for the VR thing.
Was
He
it
might
the
have
one
had a
where it was
camera,
Foxy and
actually.
he was on fire and it was like a maze?
I think so. No, it wasn't that one. No. It was like
Oh,
he was
God.
walking in a straight line, but he could hear the voices, and Markiplier was like screaming his ass off.
I need to
He's
watch
like,
it
"I'm not
back
doing
now
that
just to
again."
know what I'm getting in for.
I don't know. I'd be very excited.
I'm scared.
Spooky, scary.
Skeletons
I'm
shivering down your spine.
Spooky, scary animatronics. Ripping and biting. Is that the bite of 87?
Why is it every time I go to record something, my throat's just like dry?
Well, yeah, drink.
That's impossible.
Go,
You want the impossible.
Connor, go into your bathroom and run the tap. And just
I got a
dump your
water
head
bottle.
under
I got a
there.
water bottle. I got a water bottle. It's okay.
Well, drink it then if your throat's dry.
I did drink it, you monkey.
I'll fight you.
No,
Like
you won't.
chimpanzee strength.
1v1
kill
on
you.
Smite.
Alex, why would you already like put him in advantage?
I'm not amazing at Smite.
Connor, you have builds.
I have one build.
Aye, and you'll definitely pick the guy you have a build for.
We'll play Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, and we'll fight each other. That
And
seems
I'll
fair.
be Star Killer. Haha.
I'll be Mandalorian.
What? This Star Killer turns out to be the worst character. Oh, that'd be fucking harsh.
Well, like I don't know, like because with Lego Star Wars games, that there's not really like who's a better character, who's a worse.
There's no one
character.
in that as a
Well,
tank.
It's just
Actually,
like fun,
hang on.
fun.
Oh wait, no, actually, yeah, Alex, I think I know what you're
In
gonna say.
well, I don't know if it was one, but in the I can't remember what was the one where like Complete Saga. There's like the ghost versions of Yoda and all, and they cannot be hit,
Yeah,
Oh shit!
yeah, that's what I knew you were gonna say.
and like
That
they
is the
can't be
OP.
seen or anything. Like they're just so apart.
That's kind of cool. Dang, I didn't know that.
I wish it was a Ghost Grievous.
Do you think he would have been like passed on as a Jedi at the end? Like, oh,
Anakin got it.
yeah, but that's because he got turned good at the end.
I will Grievous because has that chance too.
Grievous
No.
just got shot in the chest and exploded.
Aye. So
He wasn't like, tell your sister Obi-Wan you were right, and exploded.
How do you know? That could have been his screams.
No,
You don't know that for a fact.
you don't know for a fact.
I do. I'm his best friend.
No, you're not, David.
I am. I made him.
Plus,
No, he
all
didn't.
that was left of him was his eyes and his heart.
Yeah, his still beating heart.
If you meet Grievous, why did you make him asthmatic?
It's funny. I do it with everyone I remend. Same for Vader. He only got his
Are you
face
Pal-
and
are you-
his legs burnt. He didn't like, get his actual lungs burnt. I just
Are you
decided to make him
Palpatine?
asthmatic. I'm not Palpatine. I am the guy who works for Palpatine and making.
Oh,
the
you're
suits.
Palpatine Skywalker.
No, I'm not Palpatine Skywalker.
Palpatine Skywalker.
Skywalker's stupid.
You're Palpatine Landrunner.
No, I'm literally just Dave, technician Dave. Right?
Where did you work in the Star Wars universe?
In the wherever Palpatine based me.
So you worked for Palpatine.
Yes. He was like, get
And that-
technician Dave up here. I
And
was like,
what did you
need?
do after
he was
he
like,
died?
asthmatics. What?
What did you do after he died?
I had to go down that little hole and clean up the mess. Because after that big explosion, shit went south.
Wait.
And then I realized, oh, you're still alive. He was like, yes. And then I
there's
built
there
the
was
big
nothing
crane
left
for
of
him.
him.
What?
mess? There was nothing left of him.
Well, that's clearly a lie, Alex. The latest movie, there's a lot left of him.
That's a clone of him.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, I went down to the cloning station, I built the crane, fixed them up, didn't I?
Unless like you got a needle and took out some of his blood and then gave it to the clone people.
No, as Palpatine fell down, David fell down from like Gandalf and just started like injecting him with shit, just make him like survive.
I had a
He fell
jetpack
down
on me
the
as well.
hole.
Thanks, pal. He's all, no problem, Dave.
But then you like continually fall down because you know the Death Star's about to blow up and you can survive in space.
I just put on, like
Fly
a
away.
Star-Lord helmet and just go like.
No, he just hits off the side of the bits of the Death Star like in that animation. of
Like the
Palpatine.
animation was like. Dum, 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 dum.
It's perfectly sized for my little body.
Oh no!
I want to see the baby.
Dead you are.
No, you cannot be here. You are dead.
D-E-A.
I can spell.
Oh.
To the sports.
To heal my broken body. I'm just gonna be referencing this whole video now.
Who else is asthmatic in Star Wars?
I'm asthmatic in Star Wars.
Ah, well, I didn't have to touch you.
I'm asthmatic and I have hay fever and I live in Tatooine.
Yet you live on Endor.
Oh god. I'm just
He walks
surrounded by
like over
Ewoks
and give you a
going,
hug. He's like, "Oh, the pollen! Oh!" They're like, it's
But,
like
like,
wiggling
they're-
their hair like
It's
dogs.
not like the digital. It's not like the digital versions of them. It's like the original ones where their eyes just don't blink and they're just like
Yeah,
staring
just-
at me the whole time.
They don't
then they go
blink
like-
in the original?
Yeah, they don't blink in the original. They
Oh.
like digitally made them blink in the re-releases. So they're like actually alive teddy bears.
I just realized for Halloween or like a spooky stream, I could easily play the Ewok hunt.
Oh yeah.
If it's
Because that
even-
is terrifying. Oh, that's there. It's a permanent game mode now.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
it's been permanent there for like months.
Oh, probably. Oh god.
Man, that's actually crazy to think about now. Like that like Star Wars Battlefront 2 is still like done. There's like no more updates.
There'll never be another update ever again. Sure. Do you not remember that scene in Clone Wars when those Mandalorians or whatever you call them, bounty hunters? I think they're. Were they Mandalorians or the bounty hunters? Which ones were they? The ones that helped Maul and Savage.
They were Mandalorians.
Like, do you
Well, no,
remember?
they were-
like in the credits of that episode, they showed Dave the technician because I came in, and I helped Maul with his legs.
Sure.
I'm a big handyman, you see.
First
And
off,
I gave Savage an arm.
it was.
Well, David, if it wasn't for you, David, then I guess we wouldn't have the whole Star Wars universe.
See,
You
you
know,
gotta thank
You've
me.
you've been there since the Phantom Menace to the end of like the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
No, like, whenever Maul.
I'm a very old boy.
You're also mentioned in every single comic book of every Star Wars literature ever made. You're in the Star Wars Christmas special at the end, waving.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
but
like, I didn't even have to fix anything today.
did you know whenever whenever Palpatine and Maul were first introduced in the first one,
Yeah.
like just before their holograms cut off, you came on, but they cut away.
It was just me going, we can put to say Palpatine's name.
I would actually love it if there was actually if someone was listening to this and they had like Star Wars comics and then they would send us images of just a technician and say it's Dave.
Just make him an actual lore.
Just randomly in the
Dave.
background.
And then it's like, if there's like a scene, someone does like a wee YouTube poop or something, it was like, you know those tall, long-necked alien things?
Yeah.
That like made the clones?
In
They're
Camino.
like, yeah, and it's like, we have these chips being made, and it's just me sitting there going, ah, fucker, trying to set them up. I'm like, I have to make how many?
It's like as Obi-Wan's talking to them and you can see all the clones down below. You're like on this wire and like the in the air, like trying to fix like a clone that got stuck. You're like, come on.
Or not, I'm like on a checklist, and then I see one like blinking really weirdly. I'm like, nah, fix him. Just like, I like touch him, and then a crane comes like a claw just picks him up and pulls him away. I'm like, gotta
Wait,
fix
Palpatine made you put in the Order 66 thing, but like you were going to like reverse it, but then like you just like made it worse. And you're like, oh, you just left it in
Yeah,
there.
it's like- and then that's what
Wait.
made the one go like go into Order 66 before the rest of them. Like, he was the one that I messed up. I'm like, oh.
What was your reaction to making the Clone 99? That's
Clone 99, the
the
Hunchback
deformed
one?
Yeah.
Well, you see, whenever that happened, I don't like. Right, I didn't tell anyone, so I'm going to come out about it because since the whole thing is over and done with, I don't have to hide anything anymore. Right. So when he was being made, he was in his wee tube, and I was playing VR for a bit. Right. I was like, yeah, and it said like test your range, and I thought there was nothing behind me, so I swung and accidentally hit his tube, and then I went like it fell over. So you saw all you heard was it go boom, and you saw I looked back and I lifted the VR headset, and then he just like completely whacked it, and then his whole spine went like, and I was like, and then I just put it back up and pretended nothing happened, and then they said what happened here, and I said he just must have been flawed. So I did technically hit him when he's being formed.
I just imagine you hit him and he's like, this is what I was made for.
He never questioned it. He never asked me about it, so I just thought, he's happy. Then I found out he died, and I was like, well, at least his misery's gone. He actually didn't have lungs. He had pumps to keep the air going because his ribcage was that crushed that he couldn't breathe.
Why did I think of you having like an arcade stick and you were watching him getting shot down and you had like the controls to pump his lungs and you were pumping it so fast, like, come on, and he just died.
Going so fast that someone's like, wow, he's breathing way faster than anyone should ever be able.
That's why I don't.
Oh, I did have my own little group of people that I kept testing with. They were called the Bad Batch. They were fun. They were a success.
I heard they're getting a new series that you're going to be also in as well.
Yeah. It's because Echo has a few of those glitches.
Wait, is that live action or is that like Clone Wars animated?
Clone Wars.
Oh, interesting. I wondered then if like that's gonna say if they got affected by Order 66 or not.
It is gonna be after the whole Order 66, so it'll be interesting to see if they actually do say like
okay.
We did have to kill Jedi or whatever, or we like hunted down some after a while.
We did it. It was quite fun.
Wrecker's like, I grabbed one and I ripped him apart like the Juggernaut to Deadpool.
I just imagine him saying that line, and like everyone's watching, like, what? And he never explains himself for it ever again. Like he never brings it up. Like it's just one of those weird like moments of just the fourth wall break. He like winks at the camera.
Oh god, I'll get a yawny. No, but yeah, I mean, with the Star Wars universe, you know, it was a good fun. It was a good job. Didn't pay well, but it made some memories.
I just imagine you at Halloween at the end, and you were fixing one of the hot houses, and then when Ray said Ray Skywalker, you like rolled your eyes back, like.
No, I was like, little does anyone actually know, I was in disguise in that episode. You know the old lady? I was the camel she was carrying around. So once Ray walked away from burying those freaking lightsabers, you think I'm gonna let them stay buried? Psh, I straight up, like, the minute she, like, you know, pissed off, I just ran over there and was like, thinking like a dog, and then I grabbed him like, I
just found out some really freaking sad news there now. Like, you know the actor who played Eren in the live action Attack on Titan movie?
Yeah.
He was found dead in his house today.
What the hell?
Oh.
Popular actor I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong. Was found dead at his Tokyo home on Saturday. He was found unresponsive at his house in Minato Ward on Saturday afternoon. He was rushed to hospital, but later pronounced dead. Jesus.
Poor guy.
That's crazy. Sorry for bringing up. I love every time I keep on bringing up, or one of us brings up like a sad thing. I just keep thinking back to the first episode. We're just here to make fun and have entertainment and whatnot.
Well, rest in peace to him, because he was a good actor.
Shit, that's crazy.
See, as well, Alex was our. I don't even know what you were back in the day, Alex. You know.
Jawa.
What was he? Oh yeah, you were Jawa.
Excuse me.
But yeah, you walked around and you were like, I
mean, they're
I
a
don't
couple seconds ago.
this.
A couple seconds ago, Alex, you were like, that's totally what a Jawa makes.
Yeah. You had your own like casino and you were going like Rajay Booyah, yeah. And everyone's like, he wants all your money. And then you went, Ooja, technician Dave, ooba ya ya. And then I came in like, what do you need fixed? And then you pointed at this woman and I was like, she's made of flesh. And you were like, mech robot.
Also, David, that's not how Jawas sound. They're like,
Why was he really deep then?
because he just wanted. I don't know.
Well, was he one of those really overgrown Jawas?
Maybe.
Can you imagine?
Like,
Java about
he's not like
this?
incredibly tall. He's just very, very wide. Like he's really, really wide.
He's like, you know, their like thing where had like Vladimir Putin going around every corner wall. He just get wider.
I've seen a lot of memes about that. There's one of like
He's just
Shop
that-
doing it as well. I was like, what's going on?
Friggin' Fisk was the original one. He'd even have to have that
Oh, yeah.
filter.
From Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
The man who's built like a fridge.
Oh. I just remember when we watched that in cinema and we saw him come out of the car, and then I was like, he was the car or something. I said,
Yeah. When I saw Fisk, I was so happy, and I love how you like Alex saw what even is he and everything. I was like, this is just perfection.
Yeah. Good movie. Would watch a gazillion times. Have watched. Not a gazillion. That track sounds like, oh shit, that sounds familiar now. Sounds like something from a game or something. It kind of sounds a bit like the Hopes and Dreams from Undertale, like.
Determination.
Determination, writing on the wall.
Making me fall.
Making my robot arm, spraying it with this weird flesh stuff. And I'm a smith, and I got a robot hand, and I hate robots because they wouldn't let me die in a car, and they wouldn't save the little girl and mama, but they saved me.
We've been speaking about movies and shows and stuff.
When do we not? When do we not?
And I was gonna make a transition to when we would do our little thing of us making a quote from a movie, and you just kind of stepped all over me there, like you
Yeah.
just trampled on me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like the first soldier in like in the front line, and you came over to me with your horse and just rapidly stepped
you
on
tell
me.
me this right now. Did you have your window open there now?
No.
Then you didn't hear your little bodyguard screaming, "Run! It's a stampede!" The game. Oh!
If Robin Williams was my bodyguard, I'd love him. I'd bodyguard him.
I just imagine him hearing that the wrong way. He's like, "You gonna body slam me?"
Yeah. I just agreed to everything he said.
You just look out the
Oh, yeah.
window, just ready to jump on him.
Oh, you reminded me. There was like this video I saw on Twitter of like this big guy. This girl was just lying on her bed, and then there was this big overweight guy just jumped on top of her, and then it showed the Mortal Kombat X-ray, just like just her back. But yeah, it's reference time. Reference time. Everybody knows that it's reference time. Whoa, zoom, dab, dab,
You
dab.
dab one more time, I'm gonna turn you into Grievous. There we go.
Right, so since last time David did the reference, but all that footage is gone, so David, you're gonna have to do another quote from a movie or a show or TV series or game, and make it somewhat simple, so some people will understand and be like, "Aha, eureka!"
Oh, there was one there. What was it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, right. I had it in my head, then the second I tried to think of that line, it was like, bye bye, bye bye.
Goodbye, bye, bye.
Fading away the fog. You know what? I'll give a very, very easy one. One that was, like, not old. Throw another Moonabee, and I'm gonna lose it.
Ooh.
That's simple enough. People should
I know
easily
it
get
is, yeah.
that.
I understand that reference.
I get
Now,
that
if you
reference.
if you ever go in the comments of this video and you say first comment and you do not just tell us what the reference was, then you are not the first comment.
Please, someone put first.
The first comment is the person that watches the video and successfully guesses the right reference.
I find it like pretty hilarious too when that person like wrote first comment to like a very like, because our channel is like still very baby channel right now.
Oh yeah,
And
it's still a fetus.
Because when people write first comment, I normally see it in like bigger channels, and then like when he just wrote it on our channel, I was like, okay, I'll give you the heart, but I mean, it's very weird. Like wow, I mean you are the first comment.
Me, like you're sitting there going, "Wow, good for you," but I'm like, "No, no,
No, no, no,
Not today.
no,
it's not
no,
going to happen.
definitely not." Yeah.
We could have, out of badness, we could have just been there now. Okay, quote those ones as well. It's like try and figure out where they're from.
Yeah, that's your penalty. If you comment the first comment, that's it. You have to say all those references. If you don't, we're not hearting your comment.
And they're just gonna be like,
We're going to delete your comment. That's what we're going to do. We're going to ban your channel.
Because we have the authority to do that, apparently.
We have the authority. Well, ask Gamora. I had to. That's whenever the Bad Batch was like, "Why did you make us this way?" I had to.
That's when you implant Order 66.
Palpatine kept tickling me.
Like,
Just
who's
cuts back in, Palpatine's like, and I'm like, "Stop tickling me, man!" He's like, "Not electrocute me." He's literally just tickling me normally.
Because whenever Palpatine's like floating in this like wee arm thing in Rise of Skywalker, what if like Rey ran up to him and started tickling him? Because he couldn't do anything. He can't do anything about it. It's just.
I don't know why. I just imagine him, because I don't know if I'm pretty sure he was in his bare feet. But like, I just imagine him having sandals on. She takes them and runs away. And he's like, oh man, just stuck. I just imagine him instead, like, of him becoming youthful whenever he like sucks the force out of them or their life force. I just imagine him turning into like GLaDOS from Portal instead, because like he looked like freaking GLaDOS. Was it GLaDOS? That's
Yeah.
her name, right? Yeah. Because he looked like her from Portal with the whole crane on him. So just imagine more from like.
Like, what if whenever the what do you call them, the Star Destroyer Death Star things, whenever they came up, when there was a lot of debris coming off of them, what if one of that debris just fell on top of Palpatine?
That'd be pretty funny. So, like,
Oh, no.
like Ben finally gets there and then you just hear
And then Rey's like, "Oh, he killed himself." And he's like, let's go.
they both run out, just fucking, they drop their lightsabers and everything, just starts
But then it just cut, like the camera just looks up to the crowd of other Siths, and then one Sith just stands up and points, goes, it just points at them. And then they all start screaming, and then you see the what do you call them, the ring raiders coming out of freaking nowhere, and their dragons go down the hole of the ceiling and start chasing after Ben and
and then as they chase after them, like the stadium's like completely clear except for one of them, and like it zooms into his back, and then he takes out the hood and it's Palpatine. He's like, oh. Then it just cuts.
Oh, you thought it was that easy.
Just the end of the film.
And then like whenever he goes like that there, freaking Kylo or Ben, whatever, he triggers a lightsaber and just kills him like he killed what is it, Snoke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, where you like use the force pull.
Yeah, and then it's just a
I know if someone did that, right? But like, they had not the lightsaber sideways, but it had it frontways, so it would go into the back, but the hilt of the saber would propel them forward as they're stuck in the lightsaber, like coming towards them.
This is one thing I don't get, right? If I was ever like, say if I was a Jedi Sith, whatever I was, if I was ever fighting anyone, right? I would always ignite their saber before they did, so they would be caught off guard and go, ah!
Could you imagine them before they had the chance to? It was like jab, so like as you're about to kill them, like wait. Like you're just like a Sith, just pure terrified, screaming. Like,
But I just imagine like my attack is always ignite their lightsaber, but I have a staff saber and I throw it like a spear, like a trident.
Oh my god.
They're like, what the hell?
You see, that's the thing, right? Like, because whenever like people get stabbed in Star Wars right now, people get stabbed in Star Wars and all, like it's like they're obviously their insides are burning and whatnot. So I thought of like if someone threw a spear, like the lightsaber, a staff at them, and it went through their head, would the lightsaber just immediately start falling down because they're just like cutting into their body like butter?
Wait, so what do you mean by throw? Do you mean like throw like
if,
the way
like,
Vader
if you,
throws
if you,
it, or
no, if you threw like the light, like you said before, like if you threw like the staff lightsaber, like a spear into their head, right? Would it not? Do you think it would stick, or do you think the lightsaber would just go like down into their like body?
I think if you threw the saber, it would burn. Well, actually, yeah, because the hilt would get stuck in the head, so it would slide down.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
Because I was thinking like if you threw it, it should be able to like if you throw it like a spear, it would burn a hole in the head, and then it would all just go right through the body.
But then if you think about it, the hilt is thicker, so it would just go like thump, just get stuck, and then like oh, and then it would go.
I love how like we've kind of just turned this like random topic into like
you
death.
did that.
Well, like no, because like, I brought up the Death Note, and then we started talking about you being in the whole Star Wars canon universe. And then we talked about Palpatine's tragic demise in our canon, and then we talked about this. So I'm just figuring we're just gonna.
Hey, I just said that I'd ignite a lightsaber and I'd throw it like a trident.
You also said that Palpatine would get crushed by debris.
You said crushed by debris.
I didn't say get crushed by debris. You said it. Oh wait, I said it.
Oh yeah, it wasn't with me. I said that
why-
the rest of them would stand up and go.
Like, why did I think though if they did that they'd have like 6 arms and crawl after them?
Oh, probably.
You know what I always. There's one thing.
They're all Grievous.
They're the ones I didn't get to modify.
Dun, 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 dun.
Not little do you know, I was sat there with the hood up like, oh shit, there's Ben and Ray, there's Ben and Ray, oh shit.
It's like that video of John Tron when it's the Dungeons and Dragons episode where he pretends to be part of the cult. We're just there like, oh.
It's like, whenever like Kylo got the Darth Vader helmet back.
Yeah.
Like, I know he got it back by, like, in the comics they show how he got it back, but this is just our universe, okay? He just made a call, and he was, like, on eBay, and he was like, oh! And then he saw the helmet, and then he was like, oh, can I have this? And I was like, yeah, sure, I just found it in, like, Endor, so oh, cool. And you see me come by, Technician Dave, be like, I couldn't fix anything, but here, I did what I could. He's like, thank you so much. So we actually made good acquaintances, and then when it comes to the last movie, when he runs in, he kind of force senses me, and I'm like, sitting there in the hood, like, oh, shit. Oh shit. Just trying to look away, and he looks at the crowd and he's like looking around like, is he here? And I'm like, no.
Like,
Which one of you that technician guy? It's just like,
And I'm like on all fours trying to hide between everyone, like, move, get your fucking shoes out of the way.
like everyone is like facing forward, but you're looking the other way around, so it's just like the back of your hood.
And then like he pulls it down with the force and I'm like, hey. Every other Sith turns around like, what the fuck are you looking at? I fix all your stuff too. I had to delete your history, you little weirdo. And the guy's like, ah! Just gets up and runs away and throws himself off like the bridge thing. Goes, ah! Just a slap up.
I just imagine the cape fluttering as he falls.
It's like the scene in Lord of the Rings where he puts himself on fire and runs away.
Oh man, I keep forgetting too that the Lord of the Rings like Netflix show, isn't it, that's coming out?
It's
They're
still
planning
being
to make
filmed, I
that?
think.
Yeah, it's like the prequel. I think I said this before. I didn't say it in the podcast, but I kind of wish that there was kind of like they redid the Lord of the Rings story, like because like I know like I don't really like remakes a lot, but like Lord of the Rings has been out for so long now, and like there's been so much in the book that was done, and I would kind of like to see a series of that, like a retelling of like more stuff that happened in the book and whatnot, which they somewhat show in the extended versions of the films. Actually, I think they show a good amount in the Peter Jackson extended movies.
I still can't stop thinking about.
Just the robe.
It's just, I thought as well, like, as I'm trying to crawl past everyone, and like when I said, get your shoes out the fucking way, I just imagine, like, why are they off? Why are your shoes off? The thing just looks at me like, just like, what are you, a bird?
Yes.
I am, actually.
It's like the bird from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Like, hey.
I'm like, of course you're here. And then I look over at the other guy, it's the actual, like, redhead kind of guy, just looks over him like, I'm not the least bit surprised. Then you see the robot, and I'm like, fuck it, the computer? The clock? You? It's like... And then some guy goes, would you stop talking back? Oh, God. It just sees, like, the Muppets, and they all just start ripping his head off.
It's like the Muppets and Sesame Street are there.
Just Elmo just chokes him immediately.
I would have loved it if like all the robe guys were just like all Disney like characters.
Just all Disney princesses.
Like wait.
No, like one of them is Scar, like one that's like really crouched down. So,
And one's like Scar, one's like Kronk, one's like freaking like Yzma and all.
can you imagine evil Kronk?
That'd be hilarious.
This will be your end.
I want to know if his actor actually played like an evil character before in a show.
I think like he did.
Pretty
play,
sure
like,
he did an evil
passive
role
aggressive
somewhere.
characters. I think.
Yeah, he's like he's very like passive aggressive, but I don't think he's ever like played like a murderer type guy because his voice is like he plays like a lot of comedic roles. So I don't know if he would ever want to do that, but it'd be kind of cool if he
Whenever
did.
he shouts with it's the guy he plays in Family Guy.
Joe.
Yeah, like whenever like
Yeah.
he shouts, it's like it's not threatening at all, but it's just great.
I just love the one where he did his ugly
coward.
cry.
I want him in Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Come here, I'll get you more parts. Here's your big armored hand robot thing. Yeah, there you go. Just for you.
My nose is leaking just from like I just noticed anytime I wear a headset and I start doing voices, my nose will leak. So if I ever did do voice acting, I'll be sitting going, "Do you have a box of tissues?"
You're like 11 from Stranger Things, but that's your power. And your nose just leaks.
It's just like a bloody nose immediately. The guys behind the glass are like, "Jesus fucking Christ!"
Is that what they're going to show in season 4 when Hopper found 11 in the first season and she's just like,
It's like,
whoa.
put in the Eggos in the box. He's all, "Hey Al," she's like, he's like, "It's okay, little chipmunk. It's okay.
What are you Stitch?
I'm 11." I'm 11 when she was left. When she killed the squirrel, she realized what she did, and then she became the squirrel. She started stuffing Eggos in her cheeks and
right.
all.
She killed the squirrel. What a asshole.
Do you not remember that?
I do remember that. I just remembered it when you said it. I had like a freaking Vietnam flashback when it happened.
So did she when she was eating Eggos?
I want a knee her in the head now.
I'll give you a reason to bleed.
So all that time, whenever she breaks, I think they calls the main guy like a douche or something. Whenever they break up, so it's like,
Mike.
well, I'm not the one who killed the squirrel.
She's like, I dumped your ass. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, learn to talk, and then I'll actually be hurt by your breakup.
Yeah, and not be taught by one of the single most dumbest characters in the show.
You just call Hopper dumb?
No, not
No,
Hopper.
he's talking about the redhead girl, Sam.
She's
Not
not
Max.
She's
Max.
so stupid.
She's not stupid.
Connor. She just turned
Alex.
a person against another person.
Hey, because they're children.
No, they're idiots.
They're children.
They're idiots.
They're children.
I could still call a child an idiot.
Yeah, well, you'd be wrong.
See, this is why.
I'm pretty sure, Alex, when you were a child, you were an idiot too.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so don't try and
Yeah,
look like
hang
you're
on, whoa,
a freaking
you're not
wise guy.
So, okay, you know that they're idiots, but I'm not allowed to call them idiots.
Because they're children.
What's wrong with calling them
chi-
idiots?
Because it's like every child acts like an idiot. That's just not nice.
And they're not children. They're damn near close to teenage age.
That's still a
Well,
child.
in real life they're teenagers, but in the show they're kids. But go on. I'm just technician Dave. I'm
They're
just
children that
fixing
can
Grievous.
beat dimensional monsters. Like that's.
Yeah, because the plot armor allows them to do that.
No, Alex. Then you have my hero. They were kind of kids as well, and they're fighting big
Yeah,
things too.
and somehow like I know Decker because he's got All Might stuff, but how is everyone else able to like take punches from like really strong bones?
Alex, I'm going to say this right now because believe it or not, it's an anime.
Connor, you need to have some level of realism.
Yeah, but that's more in the character development shit that you don't care about. Like, that's where the
Hold on.
realism is.
I care about character development.
Whenever I talk about Bakugo's character, you're like, oh, it's stupid because he's
Yeah,
a
and
bully.
then he goes back to just being this shouty, there every.
Yeah, he's more than that.
And it's like, oh, he's meant to be the comedian. It's like, no, he's not. He's not funny.
It's not, well, no, he's not meant to be the comedian. He has comedic moments, sure, but like he's more than that.
Wait, hang on. One sec. Let me take my tablet real quick. 1 second.
Okay. David energizing with his tablets. Well, not
I just
energizing.
imagine him getting more muscular.
I freaking wish. I hate these goddamn things. Pardon me.
I freaking hate that guy.
Right. So when you said that you liked it when Bakugo was being a bit comedic, and then it became that shouty bit, like where he's always like, "You stupid, blah 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 blah." Right. So you don't like him when he shouts, but you don't mind him when he's being civil, but Broly.
If he went from right, like obviously at the start of the shows, he's pretty much the dick. But
yeah, and in the show, at the start of the show, he's an asshole.
what, if they like, did it where like he doesn't do the shouty thing, like at all. He actually talks normally. Like he's like, right, Deku, let's go beat this villain. Not like, right, Deku, let's do it. Ah! It's like, oh, okay.
Because he's an energized punk that wants to be the best.
Wait. I have encountered many times with just you, Alex, where we would play an online game, and instead of talking normally, you would scream.
I think Alex I think Alex is waiting to tell us that he is Bakugo.
If I was Bakugo, I would shit myself.
Also, David, when you were talking about Bakugo, like, and you were going like, you reminded me of the teacher in My Hero, where like he's a dog and like he was doing a speech and he was just like, yesterday. It's because he's mad. I'm getting toasty in here.
Yeah, I'm getting toasty as well.
All this Bakugo talk.
What was?
If you think about it though, you know Bakugo, like if like you know the way, right? If he ever did get a girlfriend, right? If they ever held hands, remember his power is based on the amount of sweat he has in his hands.
Yeah.
So he is the sweatiest fuck you'll ever meet. So he constantly stinks. Think about it.
His mom and I think his mom and dad are like I think his dad also is. His mom has the sweat. I don't know if his dad does as well.
His dad's just fireworks.
That would make sense. But like
she's literally gasoline and he's the fireworks.
I just imagine when she was younger, like, cause he can control his quirks. So I wonder if he could like control his like sweat. Right.
All I'm thinking about is just him doing something active wise, and he's just sweating everywhere, and
like
then he doesn't realize, and he starts exploding, just repeatedly. No one can stop him, because if he goes to a sauna, everyone's dead.
I wonder what like his mom must have been like when she was younger, because like she was just sweating in general.
Angry.
Well, cause I just imagine her like slipping all the time, like what?
She's like, it's like a tile floor. She's like barefoot. What a lovely day. My life,
No, but she doesn't explode or anything. She just I think it's just sweat, right? Or
and then the dad is just
sweat.
I don't know, but I just imagine like the dad coming in, but he's no. Isn't she the exploder? And the dad was a normie, wasn't he?
No,
I don't
the dad
think
had a quirk.
He had the quirk, but I don't know what it was.
I'm gonna look this up.
We see you look up manga stuff, and you're like, uh-oh.
My Hero Academia.
Like his dad's like Ned Flanders. He takes off the shirt and he's like completely jacked.
Would not be surprised.
Like, imagine like just being born with the power just to sweat. That's like,
And-
what the f***?
Well, like if it was the sweat and explosion shit, that'd be insane. But I wonder like how much that would hurt your hand, the explosion coming off with the sweat.
I mean, there was that point where like he overdoes it and his muscles start to hurt.
Yeah, like he strains the crap out of his arm. Because like that's why he wears the gauntlets, because they help with his arm. But like he got fucked up when he fought All Might. All Might freaking almost broke Midoriya's back.
Okay, so pardon me. This is the mother's. Produces a smooth liquid from her skin. Its moisturizing effect gives her flawless skin quality, which maintains youth despite her age. When genetically combined with her husband's quirk, it results in an explosion quirk of their son. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to check out the dad's side. So, technically, her son's never going to age.
Well, like I don't know if like he's got like the, because his sweat makes the explosions go off. Like I don't know if like
no, it says that her thing combined with his, like the dad's, creates the explosion one. But so if he just wants to keep his the way it is, wait, what? His quirk is acid sweat.
Oh God.
They both just sweaty. They all stink.
Well, like they can command the sweat, though. I assume. I don't think they're just gonna be like.
All right. Description. Acid sweat allows Missouri to secret an acidic sweat with combustive and explosive properties from his palms. If he rubs his hands together, he can create explosions, but unlike his son's quirk, he cannot forcibly secrete. And it comes out like normal sweat. This, along with his wife's quirk, is why Kitsuke has to secrete sweat in his explosion quirk as they become more powerful. So, his dad he got the explosive stuff from, but his mum allows him to produce it faster.
I see. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting.
So how
she
old
could
is
be like
his...
she could be like 90 and still look like in her
She could
like,
literally
20s.
be the crypt keeper and we'd never know.
Tales from the Crypt Kitty. It's like, ah.
And then their son just comes in, stupid boy!
Like he doesn't even say anything. She just fucking screams at him.
Just one of those days you don't want to wake up. Ah!
Oh my god. I kind of want to just... man, I want VR so badly. Just want to scream at a baby, like, model face.
I mean, you could get it down the line.
Oh no, I definitely will get it down the line at some point.
Which one
I'll
you're
get
going to
it
wait
when-
till you get the big PC and then have the
I'm
proper
gonna-
stuff?
I'm gonna wait till the Sword Art Online helmet comes on and then I get stuck in the game. And I'm in a coma.
Well, that's well, Connor, you know, if that happens, you're going to end up like the poor little man from Black Mirror.
Exit game.
Exit game! All I did was take their children and constantly torture them.
Yeah.
But what if like
Messed
someone
up.
like took off his helmet?
They just see
he
like
would die.
burnt out eyes.
Because if you took out the helmet of the nerve gear and Sword Art Online, that like killed the person. Because like it fried the. Oh no! If you tried to take it off, it would fry their head. I think that's what it was. Then the creator that made that was like, I don't know why I did this. See ya. Like, all right, okay.
He's like the creator of the Oasis. You want it?
Oh god, I think he was like my favorite character in that film, Ready Player One. Don't you want it?
This is where he's like, "What are you?" And he's like, "I don't know." Just like laughing. It's like, "What are you though?" Because he generally kind of made me concerned. Like, "Are you a ghost?"
What a good character. I need to. I don't know who his actor is, unless like he's probably someone I do know, but this is probably because of the is like.
Well, I've
the
got
way he
another
looked at
mission.
him. What?
I've got another mission. Ready, player one, cast. Let's see if there is anything that we've actually seen him in, and then we can wage war.
If you're probably reacting to this, then I'm dead.
Where is his face? Hey, whoa, where are you?
It's like he was in your room and then he just vanished.
Wait, no, where is he? Seriously, he's not even on the cast list. I can't see him.
Welcome, gamers.
What was his name again in the game?
Like the collector or something.
The collector.
No, I'm thinking of Avengers, Marvel guy. What was it called?
Magnificent!
It was like Hal something. Hal. I think. I'm just thinking of Simon Pegg.
James Halliday, isn't it?
Yeah, James Halliday. That's it.
Right, there we go. Movies and TV shows. He was in the BFG.
Was he the BFG? I assume.
I think he was, yeah. He was in
Okay.
Bridge of Spies.
Never seen it.
Half Wall.
Never seen it.
You guys, I think we can all agree we've seen him in this one. You ready? Ready
Go.
Player One.
Yeah.
Right, I think he was in that. I'm not 100% though. He was in Intimacy, and the picture for that is very intimate. He was in Dunkirk. He was in Bing, a child's TV show. He was in 12th Night. He was in Gunman. He was in the other Bowling Girl.
Their bowling girl?
Yeah, I think that's No, it's not Kirsten Dunst. What do you call her?
Is that the sequel to
Natalie?
The Big Lebowski?
It's the girl who's going to be not Thor Ragnarok. She's going to be Thor, Love and Thunder. Natalie
Natalie
Dormer?
Portman?
Yeah. Waiting for Barbarians. He was also in. That was in 2019.
Barbarians.
Angels and Insects.
Never
Blitz.
seen
The
it.
Last.
That
The
sounds
Last Planet. Days and Nights. Should I just go to like ones that are actually in our decade?
good. Yeah. Or just stop.
Yeah, we'll stop. When I
Because,
whenever I have
I-
the list, I give it to you like, you want it?
I just imagine like as before you go off, like he was in like a Dragon Ball game or something. You're like, got her. Or he was in Star Wars. He was Palpatine the whole time.
Hey, I would have fixed him up real good.
I'm sure you would have. I'm
Um,
sure you would have.
I'm the master of karate and friendship and fixing things.
I'm the master. Hungry. It's mine. It's mine. I wonder how many people who watch our stuff watch Doctor Who. Very curious.
None.
Actually, I think Matthew watched one of our podcasts, so he watches Doctor Who. So.
One.
He got the Blu-ray of like freaking Tom Baker's stuff, and I want to get it because there's a lot of cool behind-the-scenes stuff on that I want to see.
I wonder how many people that watch our podcast have seen all basket cases.
I wonder how many people who watch our podcasts watch our podcasts.
Yeah, watch them in full instead of saying first comment.
Yowdy.
I want a new update for YouTube where like when people comment, it timestamps the part of the video they are at. So we know
when you check
when they say it.
check the videos, it tells you how long people watch your videos and whatnot, and like how
Like the
long
person
the
that
interest
commented
is.
though.
No, just the general like view of how many people watch your videos.
No,
Of
that's
not the
enough.
one person.
I want to know exactly that person. Who...
That's a bit scary. And
So I want to know if someone ever texted like say, "Oh my god, I love your content," and if they ever like it shows like it's halfway through the video, then I'd be like, "All right, that's a decent amount. You know, you enjoyed the first half. That's good." But if they just say, "Oh, first comment," but they literally just came into the video, did they even listen?
And then they wake up and they're like have a VR headset on their head and they're like in Minecraft, but it's a battle royale Minecraft. And if they die in it, they die in real life.
No, it's about no, they're in Minecraft with like nothing, and I'm just sitting there levitating. It's like, first comment, is it? Apple.
Remember when freaking was it Yogcast that did like the Hunger Games
I think it was
like
yeah.
Minecraft thing?
Believe?
Yeah,
was
it
either them
cool.
or was it Achievement Hunter?
Maybe, yeah.
Or
But I
Rooster
remember
Teeth.
watching it and being like, "Oh my god, this is so cool." Because I
I
think one of the
actually-
Yogcast guys were in it. I think it was like Sips. or
I
something.
started watching that whenever everyone stopped playing it. That's when I came across. I was like, "Oh, this was a thing."
I remember. I just got big nostalgia now, but I remember the first time being introduced to PewDiePie in Omatech, with one of our friends there. Because I
Same.
remember like, because he was just like, it was the way the channel looked, and it was like creepy and dark looking, and I was like, oh my god, this looks so cool. We were having a laugh, and it was kind of scary, and I was like, oh my god. And
Then you had the emulators that he kept doing. Like my favorite one that he played is always going to be The Grudge.
that, and I really like the
column?
the column one, yeah, just because of the you look like a marshmallow bit.
I remember I had to stop
yeah.
that though because it ripped his throat apart.
And then what other ones was it? The Ione one was pretty good. With the blue people, that's a classic. And most of his like amnesia custom stuff he did was great.
Like when I really think back to it, like PewDiePie in his oldest days, he sat in such a cramped kitchen
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
doing his videos, and I'm sat there thinking I need better quality stuff, and I'm like, no, well, you know, he didn't have the best stuff, but he got
That's
a
true.
huge fan base.
Yeah. Well, like that's because like YouTube, like content creators didn't really do that kind of stuff. Well, like Yogcast did like a lot of gaming stuff as well.
But I mean, he was a
But, like,
solo person doing it.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
just,
or
like,
is
it was-
Yogcast a solo one, or is that like a group?
No, they have a group, so they do.
Oh.
They kind of. I don't know if their group was very big in the very old days. I think it was Simon and it was Lewis, and I think that was only it, right?
I think there was like a couple more people.
Yeah, I think I don't know if Sips was there as well. It might have been someone else, but yeah, no, because I think it was just because PewDiePie's content was like like mostly horror based a lot, and because that was like what 2010, 2009, maybe when he started.
Nah, I think it was like
So I don't.
2017, wasn't it?
It definitely wasn't like 2015 or whatnot. Like when it was much earlier, earlier in YouTube's lifespan. It was either 2011 or 2012, I think.
Well, are you asking when did PewDiePie start?
Yeah, when did PewDiePie start YouTube? I'm gonna guess it was 2011.
I typed it in, and the first thing is, when did PewDiePie die? I mean, I wonder too. Right. 2010.
Oh, I was right. Well, the first one anyway was right. A decade of YouTube. Jesus.
Yeah.
And then Markiplier, I think, started like a year or so after him.
I'm gonna check that out actually. If Markiplier, because I'm interested in that. Because I know he actually had a bunch of channels. He had to like change them and all, because start getting like there's a bunch of trouble with them.
Yeah.
May 26, 2012.
2012. Wow. Man, I wish I started YouTube around that time, but I didn't have anything for it.
Yeah, you know, if we did it then, we would have actually been earning the big muns.
Well,
That's when it was easier.
Sure, yeah.
Like that part of YouTube was like the time, like the decades where you could buy a house for a tenner. Like, can you think? Just try and fathom that. That like before we were born, there was a part in time. Like, fair enough, a tenner must have been really, really hard to come by.
Yeah, like a tenner was like probably £1 million.
But
No.
the fact that you could just for a tenner buy a house.
It's possible. I believe it.
I would. If I could time travel, I would just go right back to those times with a ton of money. Obviously, they probably look at it and be like, "What is this? This is shit money," because it wouldn't be their generation. But if
What I would do, right?
I would go forward in time.
I would go back in time, right? And I would give like this family a tenner, and then I'd say all I'd want is just a couple of coins, and then they give me the coins. I go back to the future. I have that coin, which is probably worth $1 million now because it's so old.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be like, bingo bongo, I'm rich.
And then you'd keep it in real life, like just keep it in this current timeline, and just like.
Like keep the coin, you mean?
No, like get the coin, like bring the coin back to the future, get it for what its money's worth, and then you have all that money, and then you stay in the timeline you're in right now, like the modern day, like the timeline you're from.
Oh yeah, I'd stay in the timeline.
Okay.
I wouldn't go back to like the freaking.
What if you saw one beautiful beauty?
Well, if I saw a beautiful woman and World War II was happening, I'd be like, maybe not. Like,
Why not?
Because what if I change her whole history? What about her ancestors?
Drag her into the future.
No, they would probably.
Then the second she
traumatize
comes forward, you're like, how was that? And you see her entire like aged body.
Because like if I go back to the future to like steal like money and make a family rich, I could probably mess up the timeline really badly already. So I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, and you already said you were going to do it, so you've already done it technically.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to mess it up more.
You've already messed it up. I mean, once you mess it up once, you've already messed it up a billion times.
Well, it depends on how the timeline works in our reality.
I'm seeing this video now that you were saying about the kid who throws the TV down the ground.
Oh my god. Yeah, so for context for people who are watching this, yesterday there was this video on Twitter of like this dad putting up his TV, and it was this widescreen TV, and his son just kept on pushing it down, and then his dad was like, "What are you doing? Stop it!" And the kid would not listen to his father, and he would keep on pushing the TV down, and then he would eventually get a hammer, start hammering the screen of the TV, and the parents didn't discipline him at all, and they were just like saying, "Stop it! Why are you doing this?" And then the dad at the end of it was like, that's the second TV that's been broken now. And I was just like, this is why I think kids should be disciplined. I don't think they should be like whacked.
Yeah, not like obviously
several
beaten,
times,
but like you have
like,
to have
you
a
know,
form of discipline to tell, like
like,
to show them do
discipline your
not do that. Like there's a
Yeah.
repercussion for your actions. Because like with me when I was a kid, right? I mean, I'm in my 20s, so you can't steal me from my mum. But like, if you could, you're gonna have a bit of a big child. I'll make sure I have a onesie on and look like a baby go the second you come over. But like, whenever I did something bad with my mum, right? I'll give you for instance, when I was a kid and I had a temper tantrum, I would smash plates, I would smash a bunch of glass,
I would harm myself. I was a antichrist, right? I was a horrible, horrible little thing. And then my mum, out of discipline, would give me a slap. I mean, like, that was it. Then you got a slap. That was it. But she wouldn't like do it in the way where she left a mark. It would be like, you know, if you slap a kid on the nappy, it makes a big clap noise, and it's the sound of it that gets you go, ah!
Yeah.
So when she did that, she was all, no, like there. It's like you have to have a stern, like, no, you don't do that. It's like with a dog. If a dog bites you and you go, no, no. It's that simple. You don't sit there and go, stop it, you're hurting me.
Cause I would just say no, and then if they kept on disobeying me, I would put them into a corner or something.
Yeah, like a naughty step and say, no, get back in there. And then they're like,
I mean, and then if it got to a point where like they just kept on doing it, I would probably, this would be the only extent I'd probably go to. I'd just do the big Caesar, like, no, really loud.
Yeah, I think my stage 3 of like discipline would be the shout.
Are you the evolve bosses and evolve like
No,
monsters?
I'm Goku when it comes to transformations. My Super Saiyan 3 is when I get louder, and then my Super Saiyan 4 is when I go like, right, and I go upstairs to their room and just take all their shit and just hide it.
Actually, if my kid like kept on like disobeying me, I would probably just stand there in the living room or wherever I'm standing and just scream the Super Saiyan 3 that Goku does against Janempa for like 3 minutes. Like just like see how he reacts. He'd probably still like not listen to me and like throw things about, but I'd still do it. And then I'd get a big blonde wig and put it on my head and beat the shit out of him.
No, like as well.
That was a joke, by the way.
When it comes with kids, right? Because I know a lot of people say these days it's not right to lift the hand to a child, but I mean you say that, right? All these people out there say that with their kids. Say you never go to your kid and never raise your hand. But what about whenever your kid starts thinking it's funny when he starts hitting on someone else? I mean, if you're going to allow your child to start slapping the father or the mother, and you keep laughing at it, being like, it's just a kid, it doesn't hurt me, and then that's it. He will grow up thinking it is okay to hit. That is it. There has to be some form of something in their head to make them think, if I do this and it makes them upset, this is the repercussion.
All I could think about when you were talking about like not hitting your kid is just that scene from the Doctor Who Christmas special, like the one with Matt Smith, where it's like Dumbledore's actor goes to like hit himself in the past. he's like but like I don't think I would hit, like I would obviously make my kid stop hitting other people, but I don't think I'd actually hit my kid because then I wouldn't want to like traumatize my kid of
I wouldn't
being like,
hit
I'm
my
gonna
kid in
slap
the way
you.
of being like, right, I'm gonna make you bleed and bruise. I'm just gonna be like, listen, I'm just gonna give you a wee tap in the ass.
Naughty
Wise
horse, naughty. Shouldn't be there.
Just give him like a,
Naughty, pull out a whip.
I'll just give him like a slap in the back of the head. Just like, oi, no.
I would never recommend the back of the head because I took a few of those blows, Alex, and I don't remember jack shit from my childhood.
I've
I'd
taken
just,
many.
I don't know, I'd give him a flick.
Oh, flick the ear, and they're like, ah!
I just flick him in the
Oh,
nose.
God, I
but, like, don't
remember
do that. I remember
Oh.
like actually, now that you guys said this, I remember me and my childhood friend, my next door neighbor, we would go into like one of our neighbor's houses, and he was a farmer, and we kept on going to his farm and whatnot and messing about, and he's like very old school, so we got caught by him, and he literally just took us both by our ears and dragged us, and our ears were just so red, and we were just like screaming. I remember my friend was crying. I think I was probably crying too, I'm not sure. But like, I just remember he was like, I know you wee twat, you come here. We're like, ah!
He probably went back in his house like, oh, they're wee critters, I hope they come back someday.
no,
and you're like,
because he brought us into his house, and then like he was talking to like his wife, and he was like, look at these wee twats here I found, and we were like, ah! Like screaming. It was funny. It was scary at the time, but it was funny.
No, like, I just thought, right, because there's probably, like, could you imagine being so, like, you don't realize you're a dad, okay, but like, you sit there and you have a kid and you don't have that fatherly instinct, you just have that, like, I want to, like, believe it or not, there are men out there that just believe that, oh, this is my best friend now. They're never, like, have that fatherly feel to it. Well, could you imagine they'd be bad and you do a horse snip to the back of the leg, and like, just like, oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very like, if because I do want kids in the future. Like,
Oh, yeah,
and
No one call any freaking police on me before my dad, okay? I'm not gonna be a gorilla to the kid. I'm gonna be very caring about my child.
I was gonna say, why were they calling the police? I was like, oh yeah, all the stuff he said.
Alright, the day I become a dad, we might delete this video. I'll go, Connor, it's happened. Delete it.
And then like you look online and someone Facebook posted like, these guys are funny. You're like, no.
And then I'm like the gorilla from Tarzan, like, ah!
From George of the Jungle, not Tarzan.
Sorry, practically the same thing though.
No, they're not. Kerchak
Yeah.
doesn't go, oh, when he gets shot.
Aye, it does. It's like when he feels the barrel in his back, he's like, ah!
But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm very interested to experience that like thing of holding my child for the very first time.
Just imagine like you're holding it. You look at everyone and was like, how's it? And you're like, is this it?
It's not what I expected.
I mean, you just start holding it by the bottom of the leg. Like, is this really all I've got?
I know. I feel like I would most definitely bawl my eyes out, and I'd just like drown my child in tears.
It's mine. I'd probably lean over and go, "We made you."
I remember when I held like my baby cousin in my arms when he was in the hospital, and like I despised him. Like I don't know, like I was just holding him in my hand. I think it's because I was jealous of him because my auntie would always treat me well, and then she had a son now, so she would just like focus on him.
Is this your cousin that I know that I've met?
Yeah, Matthew. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, like, because I think I told him this before. I'm not sure.
Okay, I just imagine going to the stream and be like, "Oh,
well, like, yeah. If I didn't tell him and he's listening to this, I love you, but
you're my favorite."
Like,
but I was gonna kill you.
You're my favorite. Like, no, I remember just being so jealous of him, like, and he didn't even do much, and I remember the first time we were trying to make him walk, and he fell flat in his face, because he was walking for a bit, and then he just went poof, and he didn't cry, but I just was in stitches. And I was just like, this is what he deserves. And I was just like, I was a horrible.
And then later on, when you grew up and you saw him fall, you're like, what did the ground do to you? Do you
Yeah,
want
like,
me
what
to
did the
hit
ground
it?
do to you?
No, I remember when I held like my auntie Veronica when she gave birth to Cal, and then I went
I held
over
my
and I got to
auntie
hold
when
him.
she was a baby.
I held my auntie when she gave birth. Just like she's sitting going, oh my stomach. I'm like, ah! It's like, no. But I held Cal, and I was like sitting there when I was holding him. I was just kind of like, not feeling anything from you, you know. Just like, and then like obviously I gave him back, but then later on, a friend of the family, she had a child recently, and then I held him, and I actually just sat there and I was like, oh, just felt like I'm getting the feeling of being a father. I was like, I want the urge to be papa, and this kid just gave like this really cute smile in his sleep, and I was like, oh, why?
No, I just imagine you holding it. It's just like that monkey. Like a meme.
But there's like nothing more stressful than whenever like you hold a child and then out of nowhere you just see them like do that their scrunched up face of like the get ready to cry, and you're like, oh.
Well, not just that too, just the fact that they're just so light and breakable.
Not the babies I've ever held. They were fucking chunkers.
No. Well, no, I mean like they'd feel there'd be some weight to them, but like
they weigh they're probably going to weigh the same amount as the PS5. Whenever we get that out of the box, we're like, oh, the baby. It is going to weigh about 5 kg though, so that's going to be interesting.
You reminded me of like in the movie Robots when like they would like she's like, I want a baby, and then they got a delivery box and they had to build their baby. Yeah.
Oh, do you remember the bit though where it's like, I wanted a boy, and then they get the ball out and it's all, this might feel like a slight pinch, and then and then the oh.
I just realized, yeah, they showed that. They showed his little.
No
robot
one knew
people.
about it. No one knew.
Well, the adults did. Not the kids.
Yeah, they knew.
Not us minors.
We sat there like, what's that? And then we watched the Simpsons movie and we were like, I have one of those! Give me my pee back!
We just make an Easter egg video now about the robots. Did you know that this is actually his pee-pee?
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Did you know that there was a robot pee-pee?
What about Vsauce? Vsauce, I haven't seen a lot of Vsauce stuff recently. He's probably still uploading.
He's probably been kidnapped by the, like, you know,
I think he's in
big
space at
honchos.
this point. I think he's like just a space guardian guy now.
He put his brain into the internet and now he's just stuck in it.
Oh, imagine that. Could you imagine like if scientists were like, oh, okay, we have the ability to put your brain into like this motherboard computer, and you would survive for like years, depending on how much like the motherboard would last.
I wouldn't trust that because if I'm well, actually not. You should be able to. You could just say yes, right? Because that's just making a clone.
Well, like that, or like they just put like your consciousness into the computer.
Yeah, but your consciousness is not your soul, so it'll be just your. It wouldn't actually be you. It'd be a clone. Because your brain will die.
Do we have a soul?
But like, if you think about it, your consciousness is in you. You can't just like take that energy out of your head and put it into a machine.
That's true. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying
copy and paste
hypothetically. Like hypothetically, if they could manage that somehow.
I'd allow it because I mean I'm still me. There's just gonna be a clone of me somewhere
That's
else.
true. There's actually an episode in, I think you've seen it in Black Mirror, David, like where
Is it the newest season?
No, it wasn't the newest season.
Oh.
It was like it was the one with the story about the two lesbians, and like their consciousness could go into the computer and they'd live on forever in the computer.
Oh yeah, I know that episode. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
like,
beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's probably the nicest ending to any.
That was the only one I can actually watch and be like, that was a good story.
Because Alex, like, when they go into the computer, they live in whatever time zone they want to live in. So they lived in like the 80s to like the early 2000s for like the rest of their lives, which is like pretty amazing. Like, that's pretty cool.
I'd love to live back in those days. Like
Here's the thing though, right? Like, here's the thing though, right? Like, if you were able to choose that though, like, what if there was like in the future they developed like this crazy that's weird to think about, right? Because if you were in that there machine and you went to a timeline where like if it was like later on in the future and VR where you could move whatever part of your body and whatnot, and you were like, I'm gonna go and put my head into like this big old computer thing, I'm gonna sign up for this when I die, and then I'm just gonna be playing VR in the computer. Like, you know.
It's like so weird because ever since I convinced myself that if you ever like put yourself into a virtual reality world, like that's not you, that's not actually you. I mean, I hope to God that if that ever did happen, I test it like, what the hell, then I would have been like actually in that world forever. I'd kind of be happy because that's kind of like my heaven.
Could you imagine if it's already happened?
Well, then that just settles my point, isn't it? Shit, I'm not compensated. He's living the high life.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because like if you go into like that their computer and whatnot, does that mean that like everybody else is randomly generated, or are they also the people who died and signed up to go into that era?
That's actually a good point because if I mean,
I'd assume right, if you went into that world, like celebrities in those decades would be computer generated.
Oh
right?
yeah,
They
because like you can't
real.
go to Michael Jackson now and be like, "Can we have your consent?" Because like obviously he's a pedo. So.
But I wonder if you would. But I wonder if you would be able to like feel them, you know, like if you grabbed like let's say it was like
or something.
like if it was like Robin Williams and like you were. If it was like Robin Williams, you could shake his hand and it would feel like actual flesh, you know.
It probably would, because you'd have that sensory thing. Because you know the way, like, in, say, Ready Player One, the way they have those who actually feel everything. It stimulates, like, the nerves and all, and they, like, simulate the nerves. So they'd have that.
It's so funky.
Because, I mean, think about it. You know what their, the VR game, Bone something? It's the one that I showed you where it was, like, the guy, like, it was the guy that we watch, Merp TV, he did. And, like, he did, like, the gun thing to the zombies, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It's like... that whenever he shot the zombie in the head, it actually kind of fell and it had like its own kind of nerve system or something. It was really interesting the way they made the AI work.
I love it how they actually shot that person in the motherboard.
I love when you get the spider thing and he shows it in the log. He's all, just stand there.
Oh man, I don't know what else to talk about now. I think we've rambled a good bit. Unless
we talked about a lot of. You know,
Alex, you've been quiet for a bit. Is there anything else you want to
I've
talk about?
just been letting you two just chat away.
Okay.
What about you if you ever became a dad? Like, I know you say the whole, I don't want kids, blah, blah, blah. If you ever did...
What if you found this little
you
girl in the forest, Alex, and she was like the X-23 or whatever from Wolverine.
Wolverine's clone daughter.
Would you be Hugh Jackman and protect her?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you're like, nah, I'd leave her there.
No, I'd take her claws.
Just in a ditch, and she's in a ditch somewhere, like, you're right.
I mean, if we're under attack, I could just leave it to her. She's got the regen stuff.
I just imagine like if she ever like started misbehaving to Alex, Alex just turns around and she's all, I swear to God, if you don't stop with that sass, I'm going to declaw you like a cat.
No, like I don't even like.
Don't condone that, by the way. Never declaw your cat.
Like,
yeah, they need that.
no, the way like she's made a. Wait, is she made of metal? Or do they?
Elementium?
No,
isn't
only your
it?
claws are metal.
Okay, because I was about to go, since she's made of adamantium, I can
Well,
just get a frying
yeah,
pan and just bunk her in the back of the head. Just like, no.
Well, I mean, you could. She'd regen.
All I could think about was that scene in Hancock when like he goes up behind like his wife, like Will Smith, and he hits her with like the rolling bat,
Rolling
and then he
pin
goes to
and
get the 2 frying pans. Like, we can do this all day. I feel like that movie is like kind of underrated.
It really is
film.
underrated. It is
Yeah.
so good.
Very
It
good.
shows like it's literally like The Boys, except before The Boys.
It's a well, like I wouldn't say that. It's just a kind of good superhero movie. But it kind of has that kind of like superheroes in the modern day are bad.
Because I
and
mean,
we
he
hate
did
them.
shove a prisoner's head up another prisoner's ass.
Oh god. There, that guy's dead. Oh,
No,
no,
he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah, but realistically, he should have been dead.
Wait, who should have been dead?
The guy that was in the ass.
No. Actually, no. Yeah, he would have smothered.
Yeah, he wouldn't breathe.
Unless
There was like an oxygen tank inside, like, and he would smell everything too.
Oh, that's the thing,
Like, you know-
though. If you think about it, he had his head up that colon that was smeared in poo, and as he kept
Yeah.
trying to breathe, he kept inhaling the intestine.
Yeah, he probably like, what if he like inhaled some of the like I don't think
The shit
I don't know how
particles.
Well, not even the shit, but like just the fact like what if would he also get the acid as well inside the like
Wait,
stomach?
what?
Like, you know how like you have like
Oh no.
acid
Your
juice
acid doesn't come out from the stomach there.
Oh, no, I know that,
What
but like
fucking conversation is this?
It's an actual anatomy kind of question.
I know,
okay?
but what way? what?
We're trying to solve a case here.
Why are we going into such detail of it?
Because we need to ask questions.
No, not those type of questions.
Right,
no.
you come back when you have something to talk about, mister, who sat there and said nothing.
Well,
We're continuing on with our little theory.
Alright, then you go talk about your shit particles.
We will. Because if you think about it, right, you know whenever he kept screaming, he was screaming and blowing air up, so he's going to have the worst pain. He should have had a popped intestine and should have been dead within 5 minutes.
yeah, it's a good thing that movie isn't realistic, so it's all good.
I cannot believe a doctor told me that to my face before I went under.
Sure, remember what I said whenever I had to go under for like surgery, and then they were like saying what the doctor said to me. He was like night-eyed or whatever, but he was like looking right into my face. Yeah, and I was just like, oh god, they're gonna cut me open and kill me.
I'm not going to have anything anymore.
So like, and then I wake up, they're like, we just clipped your nails, that's it, you're good to go.
But what I came in here for? I don't care.
Man, did you see the size of your nails? They're
I don't care what you want. Get off my bed. Yeah, then you're like, why'd you have to sedate me for that?
it takes him like 2 hours to like do it perfectly. That's why he sedated me, so I wouldn't move.
And he paints them and everything. He's all, the fumes would have killed you. What other things were there?
Other things in what?
Just in general. I'm trying to think of like superhero movies that actually did like something really messed up that should have killed the person.
I mean, I think every single superhero movie has done that, where like it should have killed someone, but it doesn't.
I mean live action though.
Oh no, yeah, that's happened a lot as well.
Huh.
Like the amount of times Spider-Man saves someone by swinging in the whiplash and they're not dead, when Quicksilver saves people and like he doesn't freaking kill them.
No, he grabs him by the back of the head to keep him from the whiplash.
In the Dark Phoenix, he didn't.
He did it in the other one.
Yeah,
Did he
the other
even
one,
save
yeah.
anyone from Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, he saved everybody in not Dark Phoenix, the Apocalypse.
Who did...
Where he
Wait,
saves the everyone from the school.
yeah, he held him by the back of the head.
He didn't. There was one part where like he's holding someone, like in his arm, but he's not holding their neck.
I know in First Class he definitely held...
Oh no, in First Class like they made that a point. Like they were like, I have to hold the back of your neck, otherwise the whiplash. Because he goes whiplash.
Wait, no, was that for? Oh yeah, it was First Class. No,
Yeah.
Days of Future Past. It was
Days of Future Past. That one. Yeah. Order your titles, X-Men. Stop making them complicated.
Stop bringing up the time. I can't read it. I think. There's one question I have when it comes to the Fantastic Four movie, the most recent one.
Yeah.
The horrible one. You know the way Mr. Elastic Boy cannot understand how to regain himself until he gets some guy in a weird, horrible makeup suit goes, and he's like, just pull himself back together. Why the hell can he not do that? But the little girl who can turn into, a ball and turn invisible, how does she know that she can just fly away with that ball?
I don't know.
Like, she just knew, you know what? I can create this bubble, and we're going to just float off at very high speeds out into that portal and get back to our world. Job done.
They didn't care about that movie.
They didn't. And that the doctor kind of guy, when he got struck by lightning, even though it would have been cool if Doctor Doom actually just popped his head like he did everyone else, but he struck him with lightning. That man should not have been able to ever talk, but somehow he was able to talk. Lightning should have just completely cured him properly. The smite of Zeus.
I don't try to put realism in superhero movies or any movie.
I know, but I mean, still
in general.
Because
then that just kind of sucks out the fun out of films.
Electro hit people with lightning, and they died. Apart from Spider-Man, because he's not meant to die. He's a main character.
Yeah, he's tough.
And he's Andrew
Garfield.
Garfield, there we go. Garfield,
Like the cat.
The guy who eats the
I feel so bad for Andrew Garfield when he played Spider-Man. I enjoyed his Spider-Man.
I liked him as Spider-Man too.
Yeah,
Especially when he got
He's
cold.
been a bad loser.
Someone's been a bad lizard. Probably my favorite line of him from that film. That and put him down, Eugene.
Oh my god, a knife! Ah!
Oh yeah, that one's good too. That movie has some good moments in it.
It had its
I just don't like the thing I don't like about it is just well, I like the film, but I just don't like the design for Dr. Connors' lizard.
I actually don't like the suits sometimes.
I actually really like his suit in the first one. I don't know why. There's something about it I really like.
See, that's the thing. I like this. Oh, in the first one, yeah, I like the suit. What I don't like, I don't like the way they made the second suit look. I don't.
At first, I really liked it. I remember when it came out, I was like, "Oh, it looks like the Ultimate Spider-Man. It's really cool." But the more I look at it, and by the way, the swinging in that film is fantastic. It's some of the best swinging I've seen in Spider-Man. But the more I look at that costume, I'm like, it looks like a cosplayer. When I see it,
Yeah.
It looks like someone cosplayed like
that. I don't like the look of it, but I like the fact that it's actually a suit.
Yeah.
And then when I
it's
see
not
the
CGI.
Spider-Man that we have now, with Tom Holland, nothing to him. Tom Holland's doing a brilliant job, but it's the fact that with the suit, sometimes I can never tell, is that the suit or is that CG?
Oh no, I remember I was watching back Endgame and Infinity War stuff, and I could just tell the CGI of it, and I was like, oh god.
With the Iron Spider suit, it was always CG.
Yeah.
We just knew that. When it came to his other, even when it came to Civil
Homecoming?
War, I was like, is he CG? Because I saw the mask covering his face slightly, and I was like,
Yeah.
your suit though, it looks CG. I'm so confused. It's too smooth.
In sets you'd see him behind the scenes, he would have the suit on, but it wouldn't look like what it does in the films. So they'd kind of CGI him as he's in the suit as well. So he's I think he's mostly CGI all the time, and rarely, occasionally he's not CGI.
Well, to be honest, I think they would have to do it in CGI because the way Spider-Man swings. And
Oh no,
stuff.
the way when he's swinging and all, it's fine. But if he's on the ground talking to people, which sometimes that scene where he's talking to Donald Glover, that's not CGI. That's just him in the suit. Minus in the CGI his eyes, where he's I want names, tell me yours. He's got deep voice on. But yeah, no, he's mostly CGI a lot of the time. I kind of want to watch Homecoming now. It's good fun.
I really want to watch Far From Home, but I still need to watch the Incredible Hulk, and then I need to watch Iron Man 3, because I'm doing it in the order. So, yeah.
And then after Iron Man 3, it's Far From Home. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll call the podcast
Yeah, I
here
think
if
we're good for calling
if we're all good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Alex, give us the biggest send off you could ever give someone in your life.
Do not scream.
Okay. Let's see.
Don't look up a quote.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What?
Don't look up a quote.
I'm not. I'm just. I'm trying to like. Let's see. I think I said this before. I'm not entirely sure, but no matter how hard life beats you down, you just keep getting up. There you go. That's a really lame send off.
It reminds me of the like Rocky results. Doesn't matter how hard you get hit and go down. Doesn't matter how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving
I
forward.
feel like just by him talking like that, it's like, yeah, you've been hit too many times in the head, boy.
Well, like he's
He said
right
to his
like
face,
that,
he's like, "I will destroy you."
he's like that in real life though. He has that like lisp.
Yeah, that's his normal voice.
But yeah, okay. I think we'll end it here. Alex, thank you for the very nice send off to the fans, and the people just watching and jumping into the video. If you guys have not seen the other content that we've been making, I would advise you to do that, because if you don't, I'll be very upset.
And if you comment first, haha.
And I'll put your head up David's ass.
Hey, no,
see
what
it.
the hell?
Well, David, you are big.
I've had done to me too much already, alright? Nothing going near there anymore.
All right, okay.
If you want
cancel-
more context on that, stay tuned for our next stream
Oh,
Ooh.
or
great.
podcast, right? And I'll know if you listened, okay?
Or-
I'm not going to give you a
or-
timestamp. I'm not actually going
Or
to
you can check out David's streams on his Twitch channel, which I'll leave in the link in the description, and his YouTube.
shout out!
And I'll also leave down Alex's Twitch and his YouTube, and also mine and my Twitch, because we do some solo stuff, because we can't do our Contained Idiots videos together. Or will we? I don't know. There might be a video coming out in a couple of months or so, I think.
I almost
But,
spoiled it.
Yeah, but they don't know what's going to be happening. They have no idea, or do they? I don't know. Maybe.
Because they're not watching it fully, they're just going at the start of the video and saying first comment.
I was trying to do the theme, but I started to do the Thunderbirds. Oh,
I mean, now I kind of want to just do that whenever I edit the video, just the Thunderbirds feed. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Check out the other content we have in the link in the description. If you liked the video, please like the video, and if you want to give us a sub, you know, hey, why not? You know, just
If you
slip
want
it
to
in
give
there.
me a follow on Twitch, hey, do it.
Yeah, if you want to follow us on Twitch, if you think we're funny twats, go ahead, do it.
I put myself through agony every Thursday with my eyeballs. Give me a follow, I deserve it.
Yeah, David does VR stuff on Thursdays on his Twitch, which is quite fun. He's gonna be doing other VR related things.
Do not join my stream and say first comment.
you're tempting me, boy, on so many levels.
I just
See, Alex,
imagine
you're
David,
allowed because you've been on all my streams anyway.
I just imagine David, like, so many people follow you on Twitch now just to say first comment and then nothing else.
All they see in the video is only on Thursdays though. You see the hands going, stop it!
Right, okay. We kept you guys here long enough. Thank you for watching.
Adios.
Bye!
Until we meet again. See you later.